Diddy was just hit with another lawsuit. This woman named Adria English filed a lawsuit against Diddy for trafficking. She explained how her and her boyfriend auditioned for a modeling gig for Diddy's Sean John clothing line. She alleged that her boyfriend and another model were asked to perform oral on Diddy in order to get the job. She explained that her boyfriend turned Diddy down, but then he would get a second chance to work with Diddy as long as Adrian went to the party and performed as a go-go dancer. Her and her boyfriend agreed to work at one of Diddy's famous white parties in the Hamptons in 2004, and the lawsuit includes pictures of herself working at this party. She alleged that during this party she was forced to drink lace liquor and flirt with the guests. She explained that she didn't have physical engagements with these guests during this white party, but she alleged that Diddy would groom her into trafficking over time. And she alleged that this didn't start happening until Diddy demanded that she had physical relations with Jacob the Jeweler, a famous jeweler in hip-hop.
Jacob the Jeweler? What in the booty for jewelry?
In this lawsuit, she included pictures of herself with Jacob the Jeweler and alleged that she was forced to have physical relationships with him and then was paid $1,000 on top of what she would usually get paid to work at Diddy parties.
All right, y'all. We have a lot to talk about, and I have a treat for y'all. This is going to be a panel discussion and not just me and the video. So this is going to be fun. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody drop some popcorn emojis in the chat, and of course drop your city in the chat so I know where you are at. Hit the like button, drop some popcorn emojis in the chat, and drop your city in the chat. Also, let's go.
She then alleged that Diddy congratulated her for having physical relations with Jacob as directed and told her job well done. Then she alleged how things just got worse from there, and she was being passed around at Diddy parties to all these different people where she was essayed multiple different times.
All right, so let me bring everybody up and we about to get to it. All right. What's going on, y'all?
What it do?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? So before we get started, overall, what are y'all thoughts on all of this Diddy stuff? Like, we're not going to talk about anything in particular right now, but what is y'all just overall thoughts on Diddy? Have y'all ever went to any Diddy parties? I know Helen been to some Diddy parties, but anybody else been to any Diddy parties?
No, I ain't been no Diddy party.
I don't know about in this lifetime. Maybe in another lifetime I was.
Let me see your hand.
Oh, okay. So in another lifetime, you went to a Diddy party?
Maybe. Not in this lifetime. Not in this
Okay,
lifetime.
okay. Good. Rashawn, you been to a Diddy party? Rashawn looked like he just like, oh yeah, I've been to a couple of them. Look how he looking.
Come on, don't
He
play
look
with
like
me.
He had a Diddy party now.
Don't play with me, man. You already know I never been to a Diddy party. I heard about them. I know some people that went. They never seen none of the things that's being alleged right now. But and I think that people got to separate the freak offs and the parties. Not all the parties are the freak offs.
Yes.
So
Right.
I think that's what people got to realize. Like, he has a party, and then he has freak
After
offs.
party.
Those are two different things, you know. So
Facts.
people just I seen everybody, because it's a go against Diddy campaign going on, so everybody just merging everything around. You've been to a Diddy party, you know what I mean? So and they just automatically think it's one of them joints. But you know, we're gonna get into it.
So you make a great point. That's kind of like where I was going to go with it. A Diddy party is, I would say, it's three different functions to it. It's the party itself. It's the, being around stars and stuff. And then it's the crazy stuff, right? So I think it's three levels to it. And I wanted to share a video with y'all and see what y'all thought about what DJ Academic said pertaining to all of this because he specifically talked about that. So let's check this out.
The arrest of Sean Diddy Combs on federal charges and living behind bars is the exact opposite of what he has been used to. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, it's a place that's been described as hell on earth. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is at MDC right now with more on this. Lisa, what's the update?
Well, Bianca, we're here at the Metropolitan Detention Center, the MDC. It's a federal jail that houses criminal kingpins and killers who are awaiting the resolution of their cases. Now, for the first time in his life, accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs spent the weekend here behind bars in solitary confinement and on suicide watch. MDC is a tough place, so rough you can hear detainees shouting even on the streets. There are constant lockdowns due to violent outbreaks, but former detainees I spoke with tell me that the experience here for Diddy will be different. Like other first-time celebrity defendants, he's reportedly under suicide watch, basically naked except for hospital paper, throwaway clothing, and rubber shower shoes. He's under 24 hours.
That's the alarming part. Shout out to Lisa Evers. She says that Diddy, who's on suicide watch, has paper clothing. Damn, no more mink coats.
So if y'all can go back when y'all were like, say 24, right? And take out the whole gay stuff, right? Just look at just Diddy as a star, right? If you could wake up at 24 and without all the gay stuff, be Diddy for 30 years, and then at 55 years old, you got to go to prison. But you had 30 years of orgies without the gay stuff, and like literally every day, and every single person on the planet looked at you as the person to come to for whatever party. Would you do that? Anybody? If you 22 years old and you can wake up and get everything Diddy had except for the gay stuff, and then knowing at 56 years old, you got to go to prison, would you take it?
No, I wouldn't take it.
Shitting me, I would take it in a minute.
Only reason why I want to take it because it ain't no telling what all he undid. Like it's way before he got locked up.
Minus all the crazy stuff. Take away all the crazy stuff. But
you don't think you said with the gay stuff.
The crazy stuff.
Yeah, you said take away the gay stuff.
Okay.
Other stuff that he's alleged of doing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that he's alleged of doing. A lot of criminal things. So no, I wouldn't want to do that. Like it's way too much.
Take away all the criminal stuff, and
Aaron, you just making up a completely different person.
Yeah, it's a whole different person.
All that stuff because
I always say any celebrity.
Exactly, because he is who he is because of the character that he was that got him to where he was, which came with a lot of maybe questionable, allegedly, very dark, abusive, manipulative energy.
Hold up. Can
all of that. And for whatever, I don't even know why you going to prison. You just got to go to prison for life at the age of 56.
No, that ain't happening.
Between the age of 22 and 56, you are known for the Rashawn parties or Jerry parties, and you ain't did it wrong. Somebody framed you. You just had Diddy's life, Diddy's money, and Diddy's star power. I would take it.
Not me, but can I ask? Because I just was listening to Brother Jeremy and his sister Sacred. Are we talking like we know? Like, is it allegedly, or do y'all guys know Diddy is a bad person or something like that? Because the way how y'all, because the way how it was responded, we came to a point like, oh, he's abusive, manipulative, and the whole 9 yards. Like, I know what's being reported, but I'm slow to news I'm slow to believe in things, especially when it comes to when people report about Black women and Black men. I know they always paint us in a negative light.
Well,
and so my point is, so I just want to know, like, are we speaking a matter of fact, or everything is allegedly?
You want to go first, Jeremy, or you?
I feel like I said that. I said he's been accused of a lot of different things, which is why I wouldn't. Way before he got locked up, he been accused for things for years. There's so many interviews that people are replaying now him getting locked up has nothing to do with all the things that people have been saying from the Fabulous interview on Drink Champs. And folks was like, when he was like, "Oh, but you don't party with me no more." It's like he's been all these different things he's been alleged of. Then when the Cassie stuff came out, then when the Kim Porter stuff, where people been talking about this for years, but now that he's finally locked up and things are coming to head, we don't know if it's true or not. But whether it's true or not is not the point. I don't want to be associated with any of it, so that's why I say.
I got you.
Right.
So I understand your point, then, Jeremy. 100%.
I would love to answer too.
And I respect that point. I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to compliment him. Like I'm clear on his point of view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I get that. Now, you, sis.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I feel like even when Aaron hit me up about this conversation, I was like, honestly, I don't even know what's going on right now as far as him being arrested. I didn't even know that, like, that news clip. I didn't know he was going through all that or none of that. For me, and I think for most people, if your discernment cannot, like, see through people's character in a sense, like, although we don't know, it is allegedly, right? But there's so many patterns, like Jeremy said, there's so many patterns in history that we can see live, even from Making the Band. We can go back. There's like live reality shows. There's a lot of footage where we've seen this person in live action, and we can at least create our own assumption of this person's character by the way they present themselves and the way that they have treated people publicly in so many instances. From clips we've seen, like he said, there's clips where there's so many people that have spoken out in being uncomfortable with this person, or we see like the history of like music contracts, people like Mace's history, and this is even with just men, not even just women. There's so much history that we can look at that like shows not a good character in this person.
No, I get that 100%. I get that, and I do agree with you on that part. I'm just not I don't unless we have facts. Like, I'm just talking about the legal aspect. Right.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got flaws. So we can pinpoint anything and say, oh, this person, or we can highlight a flaw from this person and then just paintbrush and say, oh, this person is this, based upon the moments that these people had in their life. Like, I'm sure that if we take the worst moments of our lives and someone just highlights that and they try to say, oh, whatever Jeremy's worst moment was, and it's on camera, right? And then they say, oh, Jeremy is this person, and that's who you stuck with for the rest of your life. I think that's really disingenuous, and I think that's really unfair to say that Jeremy can't grow from something. You understand what I'm saying? So, but you put it in a different light. You saying bad contracts. I agree with you. You saying that now we talk about the little stuff like that. You talk about based upon character. But I'm talking about, no, I know it's a book, and they even Kim Porter family, and I'm saying that's not Kim, that's false, the whole 9 yards. So I'm not, unless I know an actual fact, I can't just say this person will just paintbrush somebody to be one particular thing. You get what I'm, especially if I don't know you as a person. Like, I'm only going by rumors and little things that happen in your life and stuff like that. And I'm not with you. I don't know you. Like, you know what I mean? These entertainers, we don't know them.
I think though in life, that's where, again, your own discernment has to come in, right? Like, you don't know nothing in life. Honestly, everything has been told to us by opinions or stories or alleged of everything. Everything you know in life is an alleged something that has been taught to you or told to you. So at the end of the day, you have to have enough discernment and connection, I think, with the Most High to have your own gut feeling to know if something is right or wrong in anything that you're dealing with in life. So for me, I think even when before the Cassie thing came out, I already in my heart knew that was something that happened. So when it came out, I was like, I was happy that she was doing that. Okay, good. I'm glad that she's finally speaking her truth, because I remember back in the day seeing her in videos and stuff and her looking miserable, and I remember my gut telling me this girl is getting abused. So my gut already told me that years ago before it ever came out publicly, you know?
So right here, y'all say the book is fake. Well, other people, Albie Shore came out saying that the book is fake. And
Kim family.
Kim family did not that I know of, said that it was Albie Shore.
I'll show you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. So Albie Shore, of course, he's going to say it's fake because the book portrayed him as him sleeping with Diddy, right? So it's hard for me to believe that somebody in the book being portrayed a certain kind of way, and we all know everybody that was around Diddy most likely was that. It's hard for me to hear that he is just saying, oh yeah, it's fake. So I don't necessarily believe him, but I got excerpts from the book that I want to play, and y'all can take it from y'all own interpretation. So it's not about whether the book is true or false. It's about what do y'all think about the details of the book, because none of us know. He could turn around and get off on this and never do a day in jail. We don't know, but all we could do, content is for our own interpretation. So let me see. So what do y'all think about this?
That's when he revealed how thought out this meeting really was. If he leaves, he takes all the money I invested into creating him.
So right here is when she talks about Biggie, right? So it's a possibility, I'm just going to say it's a possibility that he got rid of Biggie simply because Biggie wanted to leave Bad Boy
label. Yeah,
he wanted to leave.
Can
the
I
label,
say something?
Huh?
Can I say something before you finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
The thing that makes stuff like that for me is not knowing if it's real or fake. Because for me, I've heard this story before. I feel like I didn't just hear this now with what you finna play. Is that Biggie was finna leave, and then that's the reason why he was taken out. But by it being after the Tupac situation, it made it look like, oh, it was retaliation. So it kind of went under the rug type thing. So for me, like, it can be somebody already saw the same interview that I saw and put that in the book, or it can also be true. You know what I'm saying? But all it did, to get back to what you said earlier, that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't want to be Diddy. Go ahead.
That makes sense. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find a freaking thing that plug into it. But the thing about it is,
because what's really stopping some people going, and it's not to say what's in the book is not real or is it real, but based off some of the stuff that I heard too in the book, like what's stopping people just going to watch interviews of people talking about Diddy from all these years? Because these are not all stories. These are not stories that a lot of us haven't heard already.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think it's made up. So overall, well, let's just play it.
Sean's size. But if he can't protect himself and something terrible does happen, then the money I would make off his death would blow away all the money we made so far.
Oh shit. That's literally what happened. So I want y'all to think about this, because this is what's crazy. This man deletes Biggie, and then he goes on tour.
I know it's Snoop. I'm just gonna Snoop chimes in.
So he turns around and deletes Biggie, allegedly, and then has his wife, Biggie's wife, sing backup vocals for a song that is about her husband that is now gone. I can't see that as being something that is made up, because we all witnessed that in real time. Because at the end of the day, how do we make sense of that if we already know that virtually every star that we grew up watching died the same exact way? Pneumonia or drugs, right? And they all died like in their early, like late 30s. They're not even old. So name a star that did not die from pneumonia or drugs, whether it's Prince, Michael Jackson, or anybody that was around Diddy, Heavy D, all these people died the same exact way almost. So to a certain degree, it has to be some levity to that in particular. But could Diddy be an actual serial blanker? Murder, serial killer. I'll just say it. Could he?
I mean, he could be, but he also could not be.
But
I mean,
yeah, he also could, not be the only piece to the puzzle. Like, there's always more,
it's a lot of facts and
usually
things
involved in these type of.
It's too many facts that we don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of things make look a certain way does not mean that that's what it is. I mean, you can make sense of it. You can try to make it seem like that's exactly what it is because that makes sense to you. But that doesn't mean that that's the actual truth. So could he be? Yeah, but he also could not be. He also could be getting framed. He also could be guilty. We don't know all the facts. We just got a lot of he say, she say. One thing we couldn't disagree with when we saw the video of him actually doing what he did to Cassie.
Yeah,
you can't take that away. So
you can't take that away.
If I don't see things for myself, I don't know. Like I can't be like, oh, it makes sense. That's what it is. No, a lot of things that make sense doesn't mean that it's right.
And that's Jeremy. That's a beautiful point that you made. I think it's a scripture that says, "Look carefully in news coming from an unrighteous person." So just because something, I need to see it myself. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even I'm not just because a headline, just
But so with quoting that scripture, is that implying that like the victim would be the unrighteous headline or the news?
No, the person that's given me, I know the media never portray us in the best light anyway. We don't need Diddy. The media never portrayed us in the best light. We watch movies. The entertainment business never really portray us in the best light. You got the same artist that's running around saying, listen, when I create positive music, the labels don't want to push that out. But the minute I make music that say, we fuck you, bitch, or I'm gonna kill you, this, and the third, all of that type of language, then they're gonna post that, they're gonna put millions behind it, the whole 9 yards. So we're never portrayed in the best light anyway. I'm not excusing or saying that Diddy is innocent. That's not even a point here at the end of the day. I'm not, because I don't know. I like to see things play out. And just because we get an indictment on things, like for instance, like you said, we seen Cassie. So now it makes sense why Cassie, she didn't file domestic charges against him. She sued him, civil suit, and she won, as she should won. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we seen exactly what he did. He kicked her in the stomach, dragged her with a whole 9 yards. He's wrong. She sued him. She won. Then now all of a sudden, and I like what 50 Cent said, because 50 has been
and be careful with the words, like the actions of the person. Try to make try not to say the actual thing the person did. We can understand.
I got you. Yes, sir. I got you. I forgot all of these rules that they place on us. I got you. Yeah. But I like what 50 said. He never had these issues until he sued and won against the liquor company. And 50 went on and said those liquor companies, those are big business. And those they got powerful friends that they control. He's, according to 50, that their friends is a part of the government, the feds, et cetera, et cetera. This is what 50 said. So I don't know how true that is. But I like to see all of this play out. And I just do know at the end of the day, they don't portray us in the best light. So because they don't portray us or fairly, that means that scripture comes right to mind. Look carefully in news coming from an unrighteous person.
Okay, so I want to finish playing this. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah.
No, I just want to say respect.
Huh?
I was just saying respect to Rashawn.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, check this out.
No more.
Our watch is behind bars at MDs, which prosecutors
have, according to the might not process that much harder, which is why I can assure you, based on what happened with Epstein, the high profile nature of the failures of this prison in the past, including some judges not even sending prisoners there because they were so concerned about their safety, you can expect staff is watching him, not 22, 23, 24 hours a day. They do not want more problems.
Oh, wait. I did not tell y'all to hit the like button not one time. Somebody said in the chat, hit the like button. Everybody made sure to hit the freaking like button. Thank you so much. Yours truly, Toya. You were right. I ain't told nobody to hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button and drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Let's go. Spam the chat with popcorn emojis and hit that freaking like button. Where my likes at? I was in a conversation and I was about to let y'all out the hook. Somebody please, Terica, where you at? Tell me where are my likes. I bet the likes are low because I ain't even been paying attention. Shout out to yours truly, Toya, for reminding me to get on y'all asses. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. And before we play this video, because we got to get these likes up, let me play a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. And I need everybody to get the likes up. Let's go.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
All right.
That's dope, Aaron. You stepped your game up. No, you stepped your game up. Have I been away that long?
Yes, you've been away that long because I got another one. Shout out to look, I got another
solution that will help every woman watching,
talking
regardless
about
of age, regardless of background. Virtually,
chat, y'all better tell them.
I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter.
Don't play with me.
I'm proud of you.
Don't play with me.
No, I'm proud of you, my guy.
Appreciate
you.
We see you.
I'll be down there in a few weeks, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate y'all. And everybody watching, y'all already know. Let's get to 10 cards sold. Hit the link that is in the chat. See what you like. Pick whichever card you want or get both card games. Of course, the mother-daughter card game is a pre-order. And then boom, let's get the 10 cards sold in the first hour. Let's go. Hit the link that is in the chat and buy your card game. So check this out, y'all.
That his life could be in danger if he's ever released into the general population.
I don't think at least for quite some time, if convicted, that he'll be released to the general population. There are prisoners who like headlines, who loathe sex offenders, who might loathe him as a celebrity. The Bureau of Prisons cannot have any problems at this time. So if he's ever in general population, it will be quite some time. By then, we'll have forgotten about this case. As we love stardom, eventually we're going to forget about this case and move on to something else. He has totally isolated him.
And someone who is worth hundreds of millions, even a reported $1 billion before, do you think it'll present any type of problem that he could end up getting any type of special treatment?
Certainly, there could be staff who admire him, sycophants who want to kiss up to him in predictable fashion because he's a celebrity. There will be some prisoners totally enamored by him. Some won't care. So you could expect at some point prisoners could offer, it could be drugs. We see iPhones that are very pervasive inside of these prisons.
It's supported in this lawsuit where she alleges that she was at a dinner with Neo, Usher, and Jimmy Iovine.
So here's a question right here, y'all. I want to ask y'all this.
And Diddy, he punched Cassie in the stomach and no one did anything. How you feel about that?
They were part of the dinner and they watched Cassie get abused in front of Puffy abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men, and they probably security was around too, did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro.
Was he there?
Let me ask you a question, chat. If you out to dinner with your boss.
Huh?
He's saying he was there?
I don't think he was there at that time, no. He was around, but he wasn't there that night. So my question to y'all. What?
No, I want to know when he found out the information, what did he do? Did he step to Diddy the next day? Is that
that's what academics is about to say. That's what, because you said that, let me play the rest because that's exactly what he said. Because I want to ask y'all about this.
And you see your boss brings his girl and he slaps his girl. Do you jump in? Do you stay quiet? Or do you be like, you just mind your fucking business? See, that's an interesting thing where it's like, you rely on this guy for money. Them not jumping in, to me, don't mean that they agree with it.
What?
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying what kind of like I would think. If I'm out with my boss and I see him slap his girl, I'm going to think, yo, you know what? Hear no evil, see no evil. That ain't my business. If he doing this in front of us, imagine what he do at home. Imagine what he do elsewhere. I'm not the whistleblower in that situation. Also, here's the thing too. You go be the guy who's like, oh no, I want to step in. You lose your livelihood, she still stay with the nigga. You go call the cops, she defend him. Nah, he ain't hit me. We were just playing.
That happens every day, B.
I just hit myself.
That happens every day. No, only reason why I asked that question, Aaron, is because he said it was men there and they did not do anything. But he proceeds plenty of times working for him. He didn't do anything. My point is, don't charge the other men, and you going to pity yourself for some bread. Now, if you're saying that, you know, everybody mind their business and you're part of that, I can deal with that. But I'm talking about the criticism that he's putting on other people that he himself won't stand up. So his ass, he been working for Diddy that whole entire time. He's seen things, and if you watch Diddy do so many illegal acts, right? The whole entire time, and you turn the other cheek, please don't. I know we live in this era that everybody like to get on social media and want to tell stories and get what they call it attention. You know, that's a drug. So you know, I know that part, but come on, man, I don't like the hypocrisy in the man's criticizing someone else that he been around that man after that and he never did anything. Like, come on, don't do that. Now, and I agree with a lot of times chicks do you try to jump in, chill, man, that's your girl. Then they end up jumping you. I know one of my friends got, you know, God bless the dead, he died. He jumped in. This dude and a girl, they like that type of fighting, you know, because they like they like that, you know, make up sex afterwards. And he jumped in, and the girl stabbed him in the back. He died.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. Because I was like, because even if I was there, I probably wouldn't have did nothing.
Are you gonna go criticize him?
I'm not.
That's the
I'm
point.
not.
That's why
I'm from Memphis, bro. Listen, that ain't my business. It's like I've done skits about stuff like this. It's like it's like just like you said, bro. It's way too often where oh, you hitting my sister and you go help your sister beat the dude up, and then she back with the dude next week. It's like, and then even this particular case, how like you said, he the bodyguard, he working for him. You ain't gonna risk your money, but you gonna risk Neo and them money from them working with him or whatever thing they got going on with it. Don't throw them out there like, oh, y'all bad because y'all didn't step up, bro. That ain't my business. How we don't know what she doing to him. We saw what he did to her. Like is she stuck there? If she can't leave, you know what I'm saying? Like you better get up out of there. That's how like why you still here? So it's like it's just too many things when you try to step into somebody else's relationship. Like it's one of the things that we were taught in Memphis. That's not what you do. I know women would love for men to do that, but understand the dangers that men are put in every day trying to step up to be there for a woman. And so many women, you can't save them because they don't want to be saved. They was saved by Project Pat. I don't know. They don't want to be saved.
Shout out to Project Pat.
They don't want to be saved like that now.
Go ahead, Helen.
It gets so tricky because like I agree with everything y'all are saying. Because it's so many, even me as a woman who knows sisters who have been in situations where they're getting beaten, and I've tried to help them in situations, and then they always end up going back or whatever. I've had to leave it alone. But it also gets so tricky. So I have another question. I just want to spin the question for everybody. My question is, if we don't, we might not step in, but do we continue to be business partners with this person or continue to like create relationships with these people knowing that they hold themselves in this toxic type of energy?
Well, me honestly, I probably would step back because it's not like I gotta work with you. You know what I mean?
No. You gotta work with him, or you're gonna get black.
Why do I gotta work with him?
Because he's saying
you're gonna get blackballed if you stop working with Diddy. Because hold on.
There's a lot of people who don't. They stop working with.
Hold on. Usher is here because of Diddy, right?
Because he was Diddy.
Certain people are here because of Diddy. So that person brought you into this quote unquote world, right? If you leave them, it ain't no coming back. You're gonna have to go get a job or. Because nobody's gonna mess with you because back then, bad boy was everything. So my question to you, Jeremy, is if you're a singer and you just came out with your first album, you ain't, because Usher been popping all his life, right? But first album, second album, and you already know you're going to the moon. You're going to where, you're not just going to be some random artist. You're going to be one of the best artists in the world. Because you're going in that direction. And then you seen him just go crazy on Cassie, right? And you're on the way up.
So I'm not me, basically. I'm on somebody else.
Yeah, you're like on the
Well, I can't speak on it because I don't know what kind of guy I be. I can't use my mentality how I've been raised, how I've been operating my whole 35 years, and you just changed my whole life around into what that is. Like, bro, I may move completely different, but you taking my mindset, what I've experienced, and you telling me how I'm moving nowadays. Yeah, I wouldn't rock with them, but you're changing everything else.
Okay,
so
Usher
was a kid under Diddy, and he grew up in that environment. So why would he be like, "Oh, I'm grown now"? And
he actually was probably abused in some type of way too. So he probably has a dysfunctional way of looking at Diddy versus us looking at Diddy.
I mean, we listen. A lot of us have seen people
grew up in that.
We grew up in it, and we didn't step to them. So I'm saying, if your environment was you grew up in it, then I probably wouldn't say nothing or do nothing. But you're changing how you're changing it and fixing the whole situation outside of what the original thing was. Oh, if you was working with Diddy and then that's it, or if you was there in their presence when it happened, then my answer is definitely gonna change. But you spinning it how you spinning it. Like, of course, I probably wouldn't step in. If I got to depend on him and I grew up in this and I'm not gonna say nothing. Of course,
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Right. And can we stop and can we act like we don't do business with people?
That's what I'm saying.
Who has done worse than
worse. than
I'm
Diddy.
talking about people go to colleges that those colleges is funded off the back of slaves. Like, let's be clear, you spend your money there. All right. People got clothing of people who like Levi's. People wore Levi's. You spent your money there. They had slaves.
Levi's with slave owners.
You got liquor companies that you drink Henny and all of that. All right, they had slaves. All right, so people spent their money and did business with people who did worse things than that. So let's not just get to our brother because he did some BS. Let's mean we gonna hold him accountable of that video right now, right? We can hold him accountable, and some of the things that he quote unquote, let's just say allegedly, he did it to proven guilty, right? Outside of that video. Let's not make it seem like there's a whole separate rules when it comes to black men and women. Oh, I ain't doing no business with. Stop the shenanigans there.
Right.
Like, come on, don't even sit here. You do business with the enemy every single day. So I don't even want to hear all of that.
Facts. And that's kind of where I was going with it.
Ladies, what's up, Chevy?
What's going on?
How are you?
Awesome.
So, just as a woman, because I want to ask y'all as women. Oh, let me answer, then we can go to the women. If I was Usher or if I was Neo, there's nowhere in hell I would have did something. Because what's usually going to happen is she ain't gonna go nowhere. Everything gonna go back to normal. He gonna punch her again, and my dumb ass is gonna be not just out of a job, blackballed in the damn industry. And now I'm looking like one of the singers that you don't hear no more versus Usher. I'd rather be Usher than one of these damn singers that you like, damn, where was so-and-so? Name a singer that you ain't never heard before ever again. Like Joe, as an example. Where the hell Joe at? Joe probably seen somebody do some shit and he came in, hey, no, you ain't doing, okay. So you wanted them, get out. You'll never sing again. And that nigga ain't never sung again. Joe probably would drive for Uber somewhere. Like, I'm just saying, where Joe at? That nigga gone.
You're doing shows, you tripping.
No, I'm just saying he ain't came out with no new music. You could do shows, but you got to stay with the old shit. You can't come out with no new shit. But ladies, because I ain't saying nothing, because my whole thing is, regardless of what, because I know it's hard for a woman to be able to leave, especially a powerful man, because you got to look at Kim Porter. Kim Porter is dead because she tried to leave. So I do understand that it's scary to actually leave, but I'm not going to put myself in danger when you going to come back the next day and then probably be on his side. If I turn around and punch him in the face, you probably going to testify against me because he your man, he paying your bills. And I wouldn't get mad at a woman for doing that because I ain't paying your bills. But ladies,
what's the question?
Oh, hold on. Did you see? Hold on, let me play this video again. Maybe you didn't see it.
Yeah, I just got in. Sorry.
It's okay. All right, so let me back up a little bit. Because this is a real thing.
They were part of the dinner, and they watched Cassie get abused in front of Puffy abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men, and they probably security was around too, did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro.
Let me ask you a question, chat. If you out to dinner with your boss and you see your boss brings his girl and he slaps his girl, do you jump in? Do you stay quiet? Or do you be like, you just mind your fucking business? See, that's an interesting thing where it's like, you're relying on this guy for money. Them not jumping in, to me, don't mean that they agree with it. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying what kind of like I would think. If I'm out with my boss and I see him slap his girl, I'm gonna think, yo, you know what? Hear no evil, see no evil. That ain't my business. If he doing this in front of us, imagine what he do at home. Imagine what he do elsewhere. I'm not the whistleblower in that situation. Also, here's the thing too. You go be the guy who's like, oh no, I want to step in. You lose your livelihood, she still stay with the nigga. You go call the cops, she defend him. Nah, he ain't hit me. We were just playing. I just hit myself. You out the situation. So you know, I don't know if I could blame Usher, Neo, whatever. And by the way, if he telling the story like Gene Deal, were you there or somebody else was there? Like, if I'm an artist, I don't think I'm doing nothing, bro. He was just like, I'll slap the fuck out of her when you're not around, but he ain't changed his behavior. So did you really stand up to him? Did you participate at that time to get Diddy incarcerated? Did you participate on those women get away from Diddy? It don't seem like you did. You telling these great stories, and I appreciate you, and I don't think he's a liar at all. But we do got to be honest. If you're not doing nothing, and you're the guy supposed to be the tough guy, by the way, you're being employed by Diddy, but they're being employed as well. They're like, it's a power situation, it's a power dynamic when it comes to the music industry. Neo and Usher need Diddy at that time. So just like how you need that paycheck from him, they need him. So, okay, maybe if you wanted them to be like, yo, Diddy, chill, bro. Like, bro, you don't got to hit her like that. Okay, maybe that, but none of y'all was calling the police. Here's the thing with Usher. Bro, Usher probably was a victim. That's like blaming Cassie. Saying, yo, Cassie, you know you was there when he slapped another girl. Like, Cassie is a victim as well. Usher linked up with Diddy by Usher's own admission that he was like a child.
Ladies.
You want to go first, Chevy? You fresh in the room. Hi.
So what's the question? Would we say something?
Yeah.
Should a man say something if, like, what do you think if your dad, your brother, or your boyfriend was in a room and you at home and you hear that the man of your life, dad, boyfriend, or brother, was in that room and they didn't do shit? How would you feel, and what would you say to that man that was in the room that you care about?
The man that was in the room that I care about, is he the one that was doing the hitting, or just the other man that was surrounded around the man doing the hitting?
Surrounded. Usher or Neo, and they just like, whoa, and they don't say nothing. And they literally do this to Cassie, and they escort Cassie out. You know, he just dragged her up the steps and did all this crazy. So what actually happened was, it was worse than just a punch. He did all this stuff and then dragged her up the stairs, finished her off, and then came back downstairs and had her escorted out, and her face was all messed up. And they kept eating. That's actually what happened.
I feel like if Neo or Usher, if any of those men was like someone I was dating or dealing with at the time, and that situation popped off, I would not want my man to step in between it, period, for a lot of reasons. One, as much as we would like to think that a man should step in between something like that, it almost never really ends well for the man who steps in to try to save the day. Furthermore, when it comes to relationships, you have to just kind of stand back and stay out of people's business in general. Now, when it comes to a man being there while a man is manhandling a woman, I feel like in man world, y'all know when enough is enough, and you also know when it's being taken too far. If you see your guy and he over roughing and he overdoing it, then that's where you kind of give like the, hey bro, chill out. You ain't got to try to step in like you about to just attack him, but that's when you kind of let your guy know, hey man, that's too much, bro. Or that's all right, y'all, come on now. Something where you give that guy a heads up, like, okay, you taking it too far. But there would be absolutely no need in stepping in to an extent where you thinking you saving the day, because look how long she still stayed. So imagine they was together for 10 years. Let's just say one of those guys felt like, man, this is the 5th year and he's been whooping on this girl for so long. You know what? They've been doing this for the past 5 years. I'm about to say something today. Look how long they still would have been dating while you said something 5 years prior, but it took her 10 years to leave.
Yeah.
So when it comes to situations like that, I would not want my man really in the center of any of that. I would probably have a conversation with him, like, that's kind of crazy. Maybe I'll even sprinkle something in my guy's ear, like, why y'all be just letting him do that girl like that? Or, why y'all don't stop it? That's something that you tell your man, like, next time y'all, but I would not want my man to ever get the impression that it's up to him to save the day, because it just women almost never leave. Rather it's because they scared, or rather it's because they know that that's their bread and butter. I don't know many women who leave immediately anyways. You just got to let people just do them, and that does not mean you agree with it. Condoning something is, and supporting something, two different things. Sometimes you just got to stand back and let people do them all the way around, especially in today's world. So no, I wouldn't want my man to say nothing. It's not your business.
All right. Respect. I respect that. Helen?
For me, it kind of like both ways. So if it was my man or like somebody I care about, a man in the space, I think that I wouldn't expect him to get involved. But I would definitely not. I wouldn't want that to be somebody that my man was looking up to or considering as a mentor or wanting to be up under or continuing to like grow with. You know what I mean? Like, to me, like, because if I put it in both shoes, if it was me, myself, as a female in the room and say I was an artist, or because, like, I've actually, back in the day, I used to do modeling, acting, things like this. So a little bit of like, it almost goes to the same idea. If I'm in the space and say I'm an aspiring entertainer and this is somebody that I'm trying to work with and I'm in a room and I see him beating his woman, right? Me personally, I'm going to get the fuck out that space because that's going to be a clear sign to me that this person is probably going to think that they could treat me like that as an entertainer in their space. Whether I'm a man or a woman, I would think the same thing in so many ways because I would be like, oh, this person is giving narcissist signs. This person is giving some controlling vibes. Like, is this somebody that I would want in control of me if he's... Because most men that treat their women like that have very insecure traits, and it's a reason that they beat on women, and they're usually like they weak. So if they have the mindset to beat on a women, then I would think even in a bigger sense, like, oh, he's probably going, he probably one of them people try to punk his students, his friends, anybody he can, because that's usually what men who beat women are like. So
Try not to say that. Just say something else. You say,
well, that
the B word. You gotta say blank. You say blank women.
It's just not given. It's not given the type of person that I would want my man or myself to build with. Period. So that would be that. That's
so you would. What would if you were the guy, or if the guy is in the room that you care about? What would be the ideal thing you would want the guy to do at that table?
At that table, because of the state of life that we're in right now, I wouldn't expect a man to ever intervene too much. Of course, you have to read the room. I think it's very big on reading the room and the energy because, like he said earlier, his friend, was stabbed by the girl because of what happened, right? So it's almost like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So in this day and age, it's hard to tell when it's right to step in as a man because you don't know how that's gonna turn out. So no, I don't think that completely step in, but I definitely think there should be an energy of almost like disappointment from all the men in the room, letting that man know, like, bro, we not cool with that. That's whack. We out of here. Don't do this when we like, don't do this around me because I don't rock with that. Like,
Yeah.
The only way I was.
My bad, Jeremy. I just want to say this one couple.
Yeah, I've been wanting to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We good.
Can we keep this a buck here? Like, no one is okay in domestic violence, right? None of us. Mm-hmm. No one's okay in it. But the way how I grew up, what I seen growing up, you see the man and the woman fighting every single goddamn day in my projects. If you jumped in there, you're liable to get killed. You mind your business. Where I grew up, you could be dead in McDonald's, and the same women who you about to go protect, they're gonna be on. Even when her brother gets involved, her brother gets involved. She ended up turning. At the end of the day, she right back with the nigga that she was just fighting. Right? Mind your business. Right? Unless it's one thing if a woman is trying to get away and a man is just chasing after her, trying to beat her down and the whole night. You were talking about two different things. But it's a lot of times, and a lot of women and men, because you don't want to hold your sister accountable. A lot of times, a lot of these women, they like that drama. They want that drama. And you seeing that, you just pinpoint because the man is wrong, because we are men and you shouldn't put your hands on a woman and X, Y, and Z. The same thing that everybody be saying, but no one wants to hold. Maybe your friend or your sister really like that. Maybe a lot of times, but you don't want to come to that realization that you befriended a woman that actually like that drama. But you don't want to, but that at the end of the day, so man, mind your business. That's where I'm at with it.
Man, the only way I would ever step in is if the woman is asking for help. If she's asking me for help, and the only reason why I'm saying it, because a lot of things happen to black women in front of us and we automatically assume that it's a man and it's a woman, they together, but they may not even be together. And we lose a lot of black women because, I ain't gonna say nothing. But if she's screaming, help me, then I'm gonna step in, like, hold on, what's going on type deal. And you also, and you talked about, if it's your friend, when he was asking her the question, let go and ask her the question about, a brother or somebody like that. If my brother is not a person who puts his, if he does certain things to women, if he's not that guy and he does it in front of me, I will immediately stop him. I would say, what you tripping? But if I know that him and his woman, this is what y'all do, man, look, I ain't worried about y'all. Y'all, ain't no sense of me stepping in, because this is what y'all do. Yeah. But if I know my brother not on that type of time and he just haul off and hood, and I'm like, Cole, you tripping? Hold on, nigga, what you got going on? I'm gonna stop him.
That's a fact.
Those the only two ways I would ever step in. If the woman is asking me for help, because in that case, even with the Diddy story, they don't say Cassie asked for no help. Like, so what they stepping in for? Like, he said this would happen to her, and she took it on the chin, like she typically would do if that's what it was consistently happening, and he got up out of there. So it's no reason for the men to say something, because she not going nowhere. Now,
and allegedly, Kim Porter's friend, I think that light skinned John said that
Kamara.
I don't know. Bro. I don't get into the names, but if I'm about to tell the story, y'all can tell me her name. She said that Cassie, when Diddy and Kim Porter was, going at it, fighting, Cassie was there antagonizing her, laughing in the whole 9 yards. She was a part of the process with the Kim Porter situation. So I don't, bro. That's why I mind my business. You people domestic life, mind your business. I don't know who like what. All right.
And also, to my understanding, now we got so many side stories. We really don't know what's true and what's not. But also another reason why it's just safe to mind your business is that might have just been one of the times where he attacked her. And maybe the time before that, she attacked him. Because even with the video with him running down the hall and pulling her, from what I heard, we don't know if it's true, but from what his lawyer stated, is that they had already got into an argument in the room. And Cassie supposedly picked up a phone, picked up his phone, seen somebody texting, whatever. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess Cassie picked up the phone, seen something on the phone, and she launched the phone, like threw the phone at Diddy head. Diddy was supposedly getting fresh out of the shower, which is why he didn't have any clothes on. So to my understanding, she picked the phone up, hit him in the head with it, took off running. That's why they claim he grabbed the towel, wrapped the towel around him, took off running behind her. And all we see in eyesight is him basically grabbing her. And now to us, it looks like, oh my God, he's attacking that poor girl. But let's just say that the story that the lawyer put out was true. You already done hit the man in the head with an object, took off running because you thought because he was naked that he wasn't gonna like catch you. So like that just be another reason why it's really just better to mind your business, because we never really know inside stories. And everybody already know how I feel about when it comes to women, the games women play, the victimizing, just a whole lot of that goes on with women. And I'm just not here for it. Same with the Rihanna and Chris Brown situation. Everybody stood next to Rihanna. And to this day, I still don't stand next with Rihanna, because from the story that I got from his point of view, as young people, we know exactly what went on. Rihanna got mad. You asked him about a girl that he was dating prior to you. He told you, you asked him, hey, did you have sex with that girl? Chris Brown's exact words is he only told her no because when he first met her, it was like, no, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have sex with her because he felt like it wasn't her business. But fast forward, now she sees that same girl text his phone, oh, you know, you killed the Grammys tonight, whatever, I'll see you at the party. And now all of a sudden she's mad. She's looking at the phone, she's mad. They're at a party, she's throwing a fit. We about to go. Okay, boom, they leave. You in the car acting like a girl. Oh, you lied to me. I knew you was fucking that bitch. And he driving, man, chill out, man. You tripping. I ain't never fuck. Yes, you did. Why she text you? Doing what girls do. He's driving. You throwing blows, bow, hitting him in the head, man. Chill out, man. Rihanna, you tripping. I ain't touched that girl. Yes, you did. She texting you. Let's fast forward. Now you done grab this man by his balls while he's driving. We already know you can't even flinch at a man near his balls without him even clutching, like, watch out. Imagine somebody grabbing you by him. So when we seen the bite marks on his arm, if everybody stopped trying to always coddle women in their victimized thinking, why do you think she had bite marks on her arm? We like, dang, he was biting her. Man, he beat her at. He was biting her because think, if you're driving and someone grabs you by your ball, something that we know is sensitive, and as a woman, I knew she was so mad, she probably grabbed things and twisted him. Of course what else is he to do? Of course he bit her. Watch out. Of course he dug his teeth probably as far as they can go in her skin so that she can release that man. You provoke that man on every level. And because you're a woman and because you got all the bruises, all everybody did was side it with Rihanna. Nobody ever cared enough to dig into his side of the story. Nobody ever respected his side of the story. That man has not been able to get up on his throne since then, all because she's a woman and he had no business hitting her. She had no business hitting him. So for sure stay out the mix because women be playing a lot of games. They do a lot of victimized playing and then they like to cry wolf. And I still will never respect Rihanna because she's never took accountability for her partake in what happened, regardless to how young, how old they was. She dead wrong to this day to me.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't agree, but I do understand what you're saying because at the same time, the reason why men are better than women overall is because we don't operate as children like women do. So a woman can haul off, go crazy or whatever. I'm gonna restrain her. I'm gonna pull over and pull her ass out my car and just drive away. I'm gonna do something. She grabbed
Not
my
at
balls.
18. You ain't thinking that clear at 18. At 18,
wait.
we all was physical.
Chevy.
We
As
all
a
was
man,
physical at 18.
Chevy,
I
hold
wasn't
on,
physical
hold
at
on.
18. Yeah, go ahead.
As a man, I'm not fighting no woman. I'm getting
He
her
didn't
ass
fight her.
off of me. He beat her. So it's a difference. So I disagree with you. I'm not going through that with no woman. Women, they're not men. So I was taught and I have a mindset where women are less than me. And y'all might be like, oh my God, women are the queen of. No, the hell are y'all not. Y'all are little goddamn annoying ass children. And y'all act like fucking children. And because of that, I'm going to treat you like a child, which is put you in a goddamn corner and tell you to be the fuck quiet. I'm not treating you as an adversary like you are my equal, like me and Jeremy would do if we got into a fight. No, you are a child. Get your ass in the corner and get the hell out of my face.
How you gonna get in the corner?
I'm not. Like I said, if she do this or do that, I'm going to do what I got to do to push her out of the room, get her out the house.
By doing what?
Huh?
I'm asking because you talking like she just gonna listen to you. She's hitting you.
Woman, like just grab her ass and push over there and move.
You're not talking in reality.
Yeah,
That's too perfect.
Physically.
Yeah, he cap his hair.
Yeah, but he's saying that
there's no way in the world I'm going
as a
to
man,
haul off
though,
and hit a woman in her face.
you should be able to at least get her off of you and remove yourself.
Yeah, I'm a slam on brakes.
Yeah, as a man, but he was having but
hold on, Jeremy, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. If I'm in a car, I'm gonna slam on brakes, jump out the car, and walk away from the fucking car and let her have it. I'm gonna do something. I'm not fighting no woman. I've been through some shit. I'm never in my life fighting no woman. A woman is a child. That's like fighting a child.
How long have you thought women were? How long? Like honestly, you thought a woman was a child?
All my life.
Not at 18.
Okay, y'all not listening. Y'all
not listening. You talking because you using your mindset of how you move
you
today
asked me a question,
as your
Jeremy.
mindset is 17
Jeremy,
years old.
You asked me a question. I thought my mother was a child when I was 13. When I told her sit her ass down, you don't know what the fuck you doing. Respectfully, I didn't say you don't know what the fuck you doing, but I took over my household as a 13-year-old because my mom was a whole ass fucking child, and I realized that okay, women don't have the best sense. So looks like in order to save my own life, I'm gonna have to take over. And I started beating up her boyfriends with me and my homeboys, and let her. You probably never heard of that. At the age of 13,
I'm listening to you, brother.
Okay, at the age of 13, I literally started beating up my mom's boyfriends because she kept bringing abusers over my house. From the age of 6 to the age of 13, I watched different men abuse my mama, and I couldn't do shit about it. But when I got big enough, tall enough, or had enough notoriety in the hood enough, I did something about it. I always thought women were children.
So
because my own mother was a fucking child.
My question to you is: you've always had a mastery of your like emotions. You never lashed out. You never punched a hole, and you never got so mad where you lost yourself for a split. You've never had that.
Not on a woman. I haven't lashed out.
I asked you. I ain't asked you about a woman. I asked you a specific
I
question.
lashed out, but I never lashed out on a woman. No. I never lashed out on a woman. I lashed out.
I hit one woman when I was in 7th grade. My sister was in 12th grade. I punched her because she was punching the hell out of me. So I had to get off me. It's the only woman I ever hit.
My hands are the size of a woman's head. I'm just gonna grab her head like it's a fucking football, and I'm gonna get her ass out my way. Like her arms are shorter than mine.
I was small in 7th grade. My sister was taller than me, and she was on my ass. I had to get up off it.
I get it. I understand.
That's the only time I put my hand on a woman.
I'm speaking for myself. I can only speak for myself. And I'm talking to the audience and not I'm talking to the audience and not y'all. I don't give a damn about what a woman does. She is a fucking child. Would you fight a child? The answer is no. You subdue that child, yank their ass, and move them somewhere and get them out of your environment. Close the door, well the fuck. And be done with it. I'm not doing it.
My life is in danger. I gotta do what I gotta do. All that woman shit, I gotta do what I gotta do. My life in danger. You tripping?
Your life ain't in danger.
A woman. You talking about just hand to hand. I ain't talking no hand to hand. If she grab a knife or something, grab a weapon or something, I gotta get to a problem.
That's different.
No, it's not different because what you said you would never do it. You've never done it. You're making. It's not what you said.
You just added an entirely totally different part to this. Was Rihanna, and we talking about Rihanna and Chris Brown. There was no knife. You add and stuff.
No, but they don't mean his life wasn't in danger. She said he was driving. She grabbed it, which was started biting her. All right, bro. That's not
Hold on 1 second. Shout out to keeping it funky. Thank you for the $20. Bro, you didn't not cash app. You didn't text me, or either you got my phone number, or either you didn't DM me. I don't know your freaking address, bro. So real quick, send me your information and I can send you the card game, bro. You never DM me or text me because I know you're in another country now. So contact me in some kind of way so I can get your address, because I know you can't put your address on here. But yeah, I got you, bro. But go ahead, y'all.
Now, my only thing is, bro, like, to get back to what we were saying, like, I'm not a person, even when because me and Chris Brown the same age. And I said, my sister is, when I was in 7th grade, I'm not a person who would speak how I think now or how I would have reacted back then. Because I know with my temper back then, ain't no telling what I would have done. It's not like I've been a walking saint in my life. So I'm not a person who gonna get online and make it seem like, oh, no, I would have never. I don't know, bro, because I don't know. I tell them if I was in that situation, how things would have unfolded for me. But even when it comes to the Diddy thing, I'm saying the same exact thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because we don't know if it's true, what's not true. I don't think we got it. He say, she say, and if you don't like that person, you probably already got your mind made up of what really happened. Me, I ain't moving like that. Not saying you are, but I'm not in the space of being like, oh, women are children. Nah, women are grown people too. There's women that's stronger than men.
So
a lot of women who are stronger than men.
So yours truly, Toya said, Aaron, you're not that big. All women ain't the same. Well, I mainly date women that are Helen size and Chevy size. So I can grab either one of these women's head like a little football and just push them out the way. I don't date no 6.
Why you gotta grab her head?
You can't just grab on my head, but go ahead.
I'm sure. Why you gotta grab her head?
I'm grab your little head like get the hell out of my damn face. I ain't got time for all that shit. So the thing about it is, shout out to keeping it funky, bro. I'm playing. Give me one of your members. Give it to one of your members. Okay. Gotcha. So shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. Y'all ask the people in the chat a question, and whoever answers it correctly will get a card game. I can't think of a question. Does anybody got a question to ask the chat? Anybody?
What kind of question?
I don't know. I'm gonna give them a free card game, but I don't know. I gotta figure out a way to do it. Okay, let's just do it. Let's do this. The first $10 cash app will get my car game, because my car game is $28. But the first $10 cash app will get my car game. But make sure to DM me also. But so, okay. This is how I control my space, y'all. One, my mindset. All right. I believe that women are children. Because of that belief system of mine, when a woman starts going off the rails, acting a fool, grab my nuts, fighting me, calling me whatever name, I'm going to look at her like, all right, this goddamn child. And I'm going to put the child in the corner because I visualize the woman as a child acting like a child, because that's what women do. They act like children. So mentally, there's not going to be no knee-jerk reaction of punching, kicking, or aggressiveness, because y'all literally cannot say that a child went off on y'all in your entire lives and y'all punched the child in the face. Never in life. So my belief system puts me in a position where I do not see this child as an adversary. So mentally, I'm not going to get into that mode of I got to defend myself. This woman can't hurt me. She's a fucking little ass. Get your ass out of my face, right? Now she has she has a gun. That's a different story. Go ahead.
Grabbing your balls, that's tight right there. I don't know about no man.
What age does the child cut off?
Balls, Chevy.
Man, that man was driving and she grabbed that man balls. Like, I just don't see no man being an adult and not not elbowing somebody doing something like that.
What age does the child stop? Like, what age does it? Like, you saying you want to hit a child? What's the age that you're no longer a child?
A woman is a child, period. It's her brain.
I'm not asking you that. What I'm asking you is, at what age is children no longer children?
A male, I don't know, a certain age, but a female, never. She's always a child.
I'm not trying to take no shot at women. I'm asking you a specific question. Because my nephew started getting teenage years, I had to put hands on my nephew. He was still a child. He was still a child to me, but I put hands on him for sure. I didn't hit him like he was a grown man, but I put hands on him. So I'm saying you keep making a statement.
How old was he?
He was like 13, 14.
Okay. Was it somewhat of a rite of passage? Like, let me teach you.
It wasn't what?
You was defending yourself, or you like, you want to grow some balls. Let's do it. Was it somewhat of a competitive
he never tried to be like that.
So you wasn't defending your life. It was, let's do it.
He was tripping in school. And we weren't doing no whippings no more.
So that wasn't my life is in danger type shit. That's, let me teach this nigga.
Right, but my specific question is, because you keep saying women are children.
Yes.
I asked you, what is the age limit of children? You didn't say they were children of female children. You said they're children. And you also said that, oh, you would never, when a child did X, Y, and Z, you wouldn't come out with a child. And I asked you, what's the age the child cut off? Because I have put hands on some children that were my nieces and nephews, not my nieces, but my nephews. I have.
My point is, hold on. Let me answer you.
If you're gonna speak, then be a little more like a little bit because you speaking of a range way of.
Listen, my point is, I do not see a woman as an adversary or a threat to my well-being physically. So in my mind, she is a fucking child, and I'm just gonna grab her by her forehead and get her ass out of my house or my car. Even if she hurts me, she's a fucking child. Get her ass out of here. So it don't make no difference what age a child is. That's my mindset. And when you have that mindset, it keeps you from having a knee-jerk reaction of defense. Go ahead, Helen.
Aaron, I'm gonna help you out just a little bit. Because can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me, darling?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanna make sure I understand you properly, but I'm gonna try to hopefully help you out here. I assume that what you're trying to say is that you feel like physically women are like children. No matter what age they get to, no matter how much we grow, our physical frame
and
of
emotional.
our body is
and emotional.
like a child.
And he means mentally.
Okay, so when you say that,
you're gonna act like a child.
No. When you say that, I have to ask a little deeper because then it raises the questions of, so are you saying that you're comfortable dating a child? Because that wouldn't make sense. Because if you feel like all women never get to a space where they're mentally don't grow over being a child, then that would make me question your capacity of like choosing a woman knowing that you feel like she's a child mentally.
My job is to father you, so I don't care about it. My job, my job is to father
so you're
the
gonna
women. Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question? Can I ask you a question? Thank you.
Yeah.
My job is to father the women I'm around. Let me tell you something about your girl Sarah. Sarah was you know how she be running around trying to do skits all in different places and stuff. You can ask Sarah. I said, Sarah, you need to protect yourself because there are people who don't like you or don't like your character, and they may run up on you. And I told her I'm going to buy her some mace because you need to protect yourself. So I even father your friend. I father women. I don't give a damn who you are, if I'm dating you, if you're my friend or what. So all women are children and they sit their asses down, and I am going to protect them like they are mine. Damn it.
Let me find out you controlling in a relationship.
No,
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even associate myself with women that you referring to. If I gotta be in a position where I gotta grab a woman by her head, I don't even like a woman raising her voice at me because I ain't raising my voice at you.
I don't either.
We can discuss and we disagree without us yelling and screaming and all that. No, I don't play disrespect. Don't disrespect me, and I disrespect you. But with all that being said, I don't sit back and say women are children because there's levels of different women. You have women who do act like children for sure, but that's not the majority of women. That is a group of women that you're referring to.
That is
so when she asked you the question of, well, why are you saying you would date these type of women? Because I wouldn't date a woman that I would think is a child mentally or emotionally or physically. That's not that's
hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
What's up, Aaron?
Hey, what's going on? Tell him.
I had to chime in because
don't get nervous now.
Okay, so
go ahead, Nisa.
I'm not getting nervous. So this is what I feel like you mean, and just please disagree with me if you do. I believe the whole women are children phrase is a spectrum, right? We have low vibrational women, just like we have high vibrational women.
But that's what I was just saying.
Hold on.
saying all of them.
I know all women are children, and this is what I mean.
Then you act like a child, Helen.
This is what he means, right? So when you are very low vibrational, that's the ratchet, disrespectful, I'm gonna shake you so you can understand type stuff. What he said, the grabbing of the balls, all the low vibrationals, that's a spectrum, right? But when you have a mature, a reformed, evolved woman, she's still a child, because what do we do when we have a man that fulfill our needs? We are babies.
Babies.
We're
Thank
children.
you.
We wanna be babied.
Yes.
Can I please? What do you mean? Like for instance, if
Okay,
I'm
when
in a
you say it like that,
but that's what
I
he
understand.
means.
But I don't think that's what he
Let
means.
her
exactly
finish,
what he's
Helen.
saying.
I act like a child, Helen. Let her finish.
Because because naturally, us women, we have to be safe for us to feel like we can let our
Yes.
hair down and
Yes.
be who we are. That is the number one thing a woman needs. Is just how like we needed safety from our fathers to be the little girls that we desperately needed to be growing up. We need to feel safe with our man so we can be the grown babies that we are, so we can be putty in his hands. That's literally how we get everything that we want. Baby, can we please?
I
And
agree.
then like
we want to be a baby.
Let her finish.
Like when if our man is couch, if our man is laying on the couch, we want to be under his skin. He say, "Babe, it's hot." We pouting in the corner because he don't love us no more. That's the stuff that we do. That's
As
the stuff that we
childlike,
do.
right?
That's what I'm saying.
So hold on. So
We are
hold on.
very childlike. I'm not saying
Yes.
that's wrong. It's a bad thing. It's just that it becomes bad when we are trying to date low vibrational women to be more mature than what they actually think that they are. All right, I'm done. Am I right?
So look, hold on, y'all. Yes, you're totally right. So this is for every woman watching. This is what you need to be doing tomorrow morning when you wake up. All right, here we go.
Poop on his own. He poops into my hand. And I wipe his ass for him. Because a true submissive woman doesn't have a man who wipes his own ass.
Okay,
no,
I don't
no. Why would I do that?
I don't think I want to be that.
I breathe for my man.
Why?
He doesn't even pee on his own. He has a catheter that goes to my bladder and I pee for him.
Do y'all understand that? Damn it. So everybody, y'all sit y'all asses down and do what the women in the video said. So look, hold on. Wait. Before we play this, I want to play this real quick. Calm down. Women are children. To a certain degree, we have to father our women. So imagine you're a child and not your woman. Actually say there's a boogeyman in the closet. You're not going to hit your child with logic and say, well, statistics show there are no boogeymans in closets. No, you're going to go in there and be like, wait, what? A boogeyman, not my baby. And you're going to act like there's a boogeyman in the closet, fight the boogeyman, or kiss her and tuck her in the bed, and then everything's okay. And she's going to feel loved and acknowledged. You have to somewhat do the same thing with your woman. If she says somebody at work is a bitch or whatever, you got to be like, what? She a bitch. You want me to go up there and slap her? You need to just jump in and be like, what you want me to do, baby? You got to jump in her world with her and fight the monster like you're the hero.
This is the first time I'm gonna concede to the women or children from that analogy, because that is exactly what I want you to do.
I think that was good.
He's like, no,
Let go come to the job and he's gonna drag them home.
But you should handle them with that type of gentleness, of care.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Now y'all understand?
No, I don't understand because
oh my God.
Listen, this is what I'm saying, because you say women are children, but what's crazy, this same thing can be made for men when you got these men who turn to their mama. So if with your same logic, men are children as well. With your same logic, because as when men want they woman to treat them like they mama treated them, it's to some extent where they want them to pick up after them, do this for them. All it's literally the same mentality. You just using it one side of it because you're a man and they are women and you deal with them. But women go all the time talking about how men they want to be they mamas. The same thing. So men are children too. No.
So let me answer that because you are actually right. Hold on, Helen. Hold on, Helen. So let me explain this because he is right. Y'all ready? In every relationship, one of two things are going to happen. Either the woman is going to mother the man, or the man is going to father the woman. So that is the dynamic between a man and a woman.
The third thing is he can father her and she can mama him. That's a thing too. Because what women look for from men is not the same thing men look for from women. So it may look different. They're not doing the exact same thing. Like the protecting thing. They want to put it all under us. It's literally the same thing. Men just ask for a different side.
Somebody has to drive the car. Two people can't drive the car at the same time. Either the woman's driving the car, or the man's
sometimes the woman drive the car though. The man ain't driving the car every time.
No. Man and women are supposed to nourish each other. The masculine is supposed to lead and have more of a father figure, but the mother is supposed to do what the mother does, which is nourish, love, support. We all have different energies that we bring, but we're both in it's a mother and a father role. You can't have just a father without a mother. That don't make sense. The father needs nourishment, love. The father needs, everything that he's saying exactly. It goes both ways.
It goes both ways because when men going through it mentally and they out here struggling with the world, you need your woman to take that stress off you. What she do? She, baby, you okay? She come to you just like your mama probably came at you. Where you I don't know about you and your mama, because you just said how y'all was.
Exactly.
So you might not know what I'm referring to, but you have women that come to men as like, baby, what you need from me? I'm gonna cook for you. I'm gonna do this for you. There were a lot of women do for their sons. They cooking for them, they cleaning for them, and what's the difference?
Okay, hold on. Let me play this other video. Y'all calm down.
Okay, yeah, we like that, Aaron, and y'all men are just like that too.
That's what he not understanding.
Let me be dating.
So that's my life. That's how I operate. Okay, y'all can live.
Women you choosing.
Y'all can live differently or whatever, but that's my life right there. I'm gonna pick you up and carry you around the house while I'm cooking. So that's just me. When you start,
so she ain't doing no cooking or nothing. Rocking with you.
I do the most of the cooking, but a woman can cook. She can cook too, but long as you
require your woman to do.
Huh?
Oh no, not if she's a child. She's a child. You gotta feed her. No,
I'll feed her.
A child. She's not a
I'll
mother.
feed her, Helen. I ain't got no problem with that.
Nourished.
Hold on. Jeremy asked a question. You said what? What do I? Hold on. Jeremy, you said what? You asked me a question. What?
I forgot, bro. Because I feel like what we talking about is redundant. Because at the end of the day, men do the same thing, or women, we just do it differently. We're not asking for those particular things shown in the video. We're not asking to be held. We're not asking for that. Men ask for that mommy thing from their woman in different ways, but we're not calling men children. So the same thing you saying these women want from men, it'll be their daddy or father them, they're children, but the men aren't children because it's just not you're not making sense. It's like you're slighted because you're a guy. That's how it sounds. And maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, you really tripping. You're really tripping. Is he tripping, y'all? Hold on. Let's see what Chevy got to say. Chevy, hold on, y'all. Let's see what Chevy got to say. Chevy.
I feel like I think I get your analogy. I was taking it as when you say women are children, I was taking it as you just simply saying, I look at women as a non-threat. I don't look at women in a way where they're threatening me. They're like a child, not a child as in, I'm looking at her in a child way and I'm gonna date a child in a child. I didn't take it like that at all. I took it as you just simply putting it in your head like, you're not a threat to me. Just like a 2-year-old wouldn't be a threat to me, neither would you. Just like I'll flick a 2-year-old when they doing crazy, I'll flick you too when you doing crazy. So I didn't take it necessarily as deep as how the conversation has gotten to. But I mean, I literally get what you meant by that. I don't think you met it no other way except women are just not a threat. So you're not going to have to flex defense on a woman because you know that you can handle them in a man way without having a man handle them.
Thank you.
So
Right,
That's the way I
absolutely.
take
In this particular conversation, that's how he meant it, but he say that in every conversation. So in every
it.
aspect.
See?
So that's what I'm referring to. I'm not talking about in this particular, there's one. No, he say this. It on this could be a whole different conversation, and he would say
And he
women or
gonna
children.
say,
So it doesn't matter. It don't
see,
matter.
that's
Go
my
ahead.
first time hearing him say that. So
Go ahead, Anissa.
Oh yeah, he
I,
was.
I I believe that women. I get his analogy because I am the biggest baby on the planet. Like when I feel safe and secure, I turn to like putty glue in my man's hands. Like that's just. But I've also seen the opposite where, especially like when men are sick and they need to be taken care of, they are the biggest babies on the planet. But I feel like it is until like there has been a safety parameter created in that relationship where the man can like be able to also like take off his defenses and his shield where he can be that with his woman, and that's less likely than a woman doing it. A woman is going to always be that way regardless. It's innately in her to be that way. It's very rare when you see a man safe enough to let his guard down and be vulnerable with his woman. Does that make it right? No, but that's just the truth.
Yes. So street media, I forgot your name, brother. I ain't seen you in a minute. How you doing?
What's going on, man? It's George Macon. What's happening, man?
What's happening, man? What's happening? What do you think about this conversation we had?
I don't know, man. I'll be 50 coming up this year. I've been married for 22 years, right? I just laugh when I just constantly hear these conversations on social media day in and day out, day in and day out. To me, like this generation, everybody talks about wanting to be in relationships, but I got a 32-year-old, a 31-year-old, a 27, and a 16-year-old, right? The way this generation today want to be in relationships, but they're not willing to embrace the patience that it takes. They're not willing to make the sacrifices that it takes. Everybody's a Rhodes Scholar when it comes to this, the women and the men. And then you say, well, how long you been married? How long you been away? Oh man, it's they don't have none of that in their background. Like it's just like a lot of talking. And when you've been doing this for so long, man, it's not even about the talking, it's about the sacrifice. All that stuff that we complain about, you learn within the sacrifice of the relationship. A lot of us are not groomed to be husbands or wives in the communities that we come from. We learn to be married while on the job, unfortunately. And it took me 10 years to understand that I was married or even understand the emotions of my wife. And it took her probably 10 years to even understand the things that I needed. So when I listen to a lot of people talk, I'm like, shut up and just go get in a relationship and let it work itself out. Because we got like all these gurus, especially today. You get online, you go to sleep, it's a group of people online talking about relationships. You wake up, I'm like, well, who you sacrificing with? You gotta listen. My wife get on my nerves every goddamn day. I still get up. I take care of them kids. I make sure she good, man. And listen, I am the man in the house, but some days she do drive the car. Most of the days I drive the car. But it's a sacrifice that we make. I love her when she get on my nerves. I still get up and do my job because I've learned in 22 years that forget love. The love comes in the sacrifices that I make. And when I see my children grow up, I've been with this woman since when we were in our 20s, and I watch her hair turn gray. I watch babies come out of this woman. So a lot of the frivolous arguments that we have, when you have that type of experience, we looking at y'all like y'all crazy. Like, what are you talking about? And guess what? We have issues. We have issues just like everybody else. I think this generation is very selfish. The men and the women. All y'all care about is y'all self, what y'all want, how y'all want it. Y'all not willing to put the work in that it actually takes to maintain and sustain the relationship. Because it's ups and downs with it. That's all I mean,
Won't he do it?
do you think it's really?
Hold on. Y'all gotta let that breathe for a minute. I totally agree. But overall, y'all, my women are children philosophy is not meant to be looked at as women are little babies. It's the emotional side of a woman that you have the responsibility to be responsible for. And
so I want you to say that.
It's because let me play this. Y'all, hold on.
I like Jeremy.
Is not looking for a lover.
Yeah.
She's looking
Why you
for a
ain't just
father.
say
Hold
on. Y'all messing my video up.
A woman is not looking for a lover. She's looking for a father. You are your wife's father. All the way back in Abraham time, even today, when you get married, you stand at the altar. She's coming down the aisle with her father. So the two fathers in the house, one waiting and one bringing. Father who bringing, he gonna soon release her to another father. So the Bible says a man leaves his father, but it never says a woman leaves. A woman never leaves. Read the Bible. The woman never leaves her father. Why? Because she just changes fathers. He turns her over to you and says, pick up where I left off, son. You are the father of your wife.
So I say all the time, women are children. To a certain degree, we have to father. So you have to father your wife. All right.
this is true. This is accurate.
Go ahead, lady. Go ahead, ladies. Don't get quiet now. Y'all was doing all that talking.
Nah, this my thing, bro.
Say something before you.
Hold on. Wasn't the ladies was trying to say something at first? Go ahead. Go. What are y'all doing?
There's a lag. I think it's a lag. It's a lag. It's a lag, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was saying that I agree with that. I mean, that video that you just posted and the analogy when you're saying it in that sentiment, like Jeremy said, you could have just said it like that, but the way you were saying it, you were making it in almost like in a demeaning sense that like women were just children, instead of making it in that sense of like, oh, you're taking on that role as the father. It's just the way, it's your delivery. That's it.
It's not just a delivery. If you're consistently saying that particular women are children and everybody hear it the same way, and you have to play 25 videos to show what you mean by it, you might just want to find a better way to say what you're saying versus saying women are children. Because I guarantee you,
I'm saying
media, I guarantee
in the video.
I'm
talking in the video,
not saying
bro.
the same thing because you didn't.
This is
what I'm saying. You're finding videos.
I think he likes being.
You say it. You say women are children.
100%, and I'll explain why I disagree with it.
So I just say, I guarantee this man who's married, he would never look at his wife as a child.
But I'm gonna tell
I don't care how he thinks about nothing. I don't care. That's y'all problem. Y'all want somebody to think like y'all. Y'all think like y'all. What are you talking about?
I'm just gonna give my thought process on it because I've heard you say it before, but I don't really get up and challenge people on what they think.
Yeah.
My thing is this. I understand what you're trying to say when you say it. I get it. And I understand what the pastor was saying. But to me, we're in our communities, that's flawed because we've been interrupted. Majority of our women growing up are not growing up under the tutelage of a man, a father, a male leadership. So there is no man walking her down the aisle to get married where that man that was responsible for her is passing her off, where this man okayed this man for her to be married. That doesn't happen in our community for the most part. So that analogy doesn't work. So what I'm saying is, for the most part, we are getting in a house of dysfunction. The mom is in the front room, the son is in the back room, the daughter's in the middle room. All of us are coming out dysfunctional, trying to figure this thing out as we go along. The man ain't if the woman is just so messed up, the man ain't normal and just got it all together and he just got it all figured out. No, we're all figuring this thing out together. That's why we commit verbal genocide on each other on social media every day, because we crying out, we want somebody to hear us. And when I hear the preacher preaching, that's an analogy where you have a village or a community that's uninterrupted, where the men are at the doorstep of the community. When the men are not at the doorstep of the community and women are growing up in all women households, they don't even know how to be up under the tutelage of authority of a man. It took, like I just told you, it took me 10 years, 10, 12 years for my wife to understand that and for me to understand those roles. So when we use those terms like women are like children, it goes tone deaf because majority of people don't understand what that means. They don't even understand the analogy that you're giving because we got dysfunctional communities. Ask how many of these women they had got active fathers or was even under the leadership of a man.
So I like what you said, but it goes to our choices as men, because just like Jeremy said a while ago, it depends on what type of woman that you are dating or attracting, right? So and somebody in the chat said, because we was talking about Chris Brown and Rihanna and all that stuff, right? And to a certain degree, there was a tone of, well, he was defending himself, right? And the way the whole women or children conversation came up is my mindset tells me that I cannot defend, I'm not defending myself against a child. And I said, Helen and Chevy, there are the types, the sizes of women that I date. So I will grab their little heads like a little football and just push them out my way, because both of these women are less than 150 pounds. And I date women that are that size. So it's about your choice. And going to what you said, I am going to get in a relationship with a woman who actually has a father. I married a woman where her father died, but her stepfather walked her down the aisle, because it is 1000% true. You hand your woman over to another man and let him take over the fatherly duties. So yeah, you can say, because that's a lack mindset. I'm not saying nothing against what you said, but it's a lack mindset. I don't have a lack mindset. There's women with fathers. There's women who aren't crazy. There's women who are small, who aren't fat. There's women who are smart. There's women who work out. There's women who eat right. There's women. If I build myself up to who I need to be, I can easily find the type of women that I want, whether it's family wise, size wise, common sense wise, or life wise. You feel me? So I don't give a damn about no woman who ain't got no daddy, because they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Well, let me say this to you, Mr. Let Go, because I've been online like probably since 09, right? Talking about this kind of stuff, right, on my channel. And this is the thing.
We're gonna go to Chevy next, because your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be brief. I'm gonna be real brief.
Okay.
You yourself, through age and wisdom and experience, because you've been married before, you may get it. But let's be honest. Let's look at the totality of our communities where we come from, right? Most of our people are not. They don't even know how to vet or even pick women or pick their men. A lot of things that we deem decent is not good for us. I was telling this to one of my daughters, like, you need to take inventory of what you think you're attracted to, because it keep bringing you pain. Like a lot of us, we make bad choices because we're groomed within the communities of how we make our choices. So now you may have wisdom now to say, hey, I'm not going that route. But the majority of our people, man, we go that route, and then we don't know how to accept accountability that come with that, because we're making choices based off of what we see and based off of our experiences. So I get what you're saying, because now you have the wisdom. But look at the people that you encounter every day when you're talking. Look at the mindsets. Look at the way that they think. They have
that's why it's important for the people that I am, that are watching my content, to put themselves in a position where they can use tools,
right?
Because not all of us have wisdom, right? But when I have a tool that Tabitha just won, because she dropped the $10 cash app, so shout out to Tabitha. DM me, Tabitha, your address and everything, and I'll send it to you, because you got your card game. But this card game has 81 cards in it, and it will actually help any man, any woman, regardless of age. Guess what? Have the wisdom, or utilize the wisdom that I have. Because just like you said, I have the wisdom, right? Well, a woman or a man, regardless of age, can utilize this card game, open it up, and just sit it in front of a woman, and they ask each other questions. And next thing you know, your wisdom is now in your brain and not in mine, because this is what we have to do. I don't read all kinds of books. I'm about to read a new book now. Guess what? I'm about to take their wisdom and put it in my brain, because that's all we need to do. Wisdom is like the damn the Matrix movie. Upload the shit and now it's yours. But you got to find the tools and utilize the tools, and you will have the same wisdom somebody else can have. And that's how easy life is. See, I'm not in the business of or going in the direction of making things harder. I like to simplify life. Life is extremely simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Find tools that will put you in a position where you can get whatever it is that you want. Even if you don't have the actual thing, you got to acquire it. But go ahead, Chevy, because I know your phone about to die.
I don't even know where to chime in at. I really was gonna ask the street media TV guy. He said he's been married for 22 years, but my question would be, it's kind of easy to judge what's going on because there's like a new game out now. The game that was being played back then when you were married 22 years ago is completely different now. So do you think
This is new game.
do you think that you would be able to succeed out here in the dating world or being married in today's world with the way that stuff is now? Because y'all didn't have that many distractions back in the day.
Yes, we did.
Cheating was
No,
was very simple.
Don't even lie. Nope.
No, you didn't.
Cheating was
No, you didn't.
Cheating was
y'all was doing it. We just didn't have social media.
Come on here and lie.
exactly.
No, I'll explain it.
So
I'll
that's
explain.
Go
I'll
ahead.
explain it when she done. I'll explain it to her.
exactly. So social media is pretty much where it's breaking the bridge of connection for everybody because everybody seems to think that everybody is replaceable. Back then, people was willing to fight for their families.
Somewhat.
People was willing.
Somewhat. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna explain to you. How old are you, if you mind me asking?
Oh,
you ain't that old. I'll say this.
You like 32. Talking about
Yeah,
old.
yeah. She's probably like the same age as one of my children. I'll say
I'm
this,
old.
right? I'm gonna tell you this. We got social media today, right? But back in the day, we had songs like "Bees Ain't It" for Hoes and Tricks. We went to the Freaknik. We did all. And if you had money and you could travel, I grew up in the crack era where we was making all kinds of money, doing all kinds. Like a lot of y'all was born and didn't have dads because of the era that I was coming up in. Because we was doing a whole bunch of stuff. Your mama was twerking on box Chevys, all that stuff y'all see today. We was going into it just wasn't publicized. Y'all got everything from us. All I'm saying, I'm gonna tell you this. I come from the streets, and I had to explain this to one of my children. Listen, the problem with y'all generation is y'all think that because we're older, we don't understand. I saw this. I gave birth to this generation and watched it come in. I saw everything. I saw my era, and I watched it progress. I remember we didn't have cell phones, then we did have cell phones. I mean, we didn't have laptops, then we did have laptops. So all of this stuff going in and raising children for this generation, I'm not that old. I was still in the streets. I watched this generation bloom. So I'm hip to everything that's going on. The problem is today that I see is a lot of this generation today lack common sense. They lack common sense and the accountability that come with their decision making. Because one thing in our community, I'm gonna say this and I'll mute up. One thing I always say in our communities, we're especially amongst our men, and it's not all of our men, but it's a large portion of them. A lot of us believe our masculinity is with the head below the belly button and not the one above the neck. And our women don't search men based off of productivity. It's based off of sexual prowess. So casual sex rules the community, and we make our decisions based off of that in those communities. And when all the ills come with it, we complain. We come online, man, my baby father ain't this, my baby mama ain't that. It's all based off of those decisions. So when Mr. Letgo is saying, man, I ain't moving like that no more, that comes with wisdom and understanding. A lot of times, just listen, if you listen to people talking enough, it's based off their decision. How does a lot of black men view their masculinity? How do women view the masculine man in our community? It's not based off of, man, this man got potential. He gonna be something for others. No, she want it now. And this is the way we've been groomed in our community and the way we make our decisions. So for me, I was 16 one time, I was 32, I was 48, and now I'm then. So I've seen all the generations come in. So no, I'm not slow. I'm hip. I see what y'all doing.
You might seen it, but you didn't participate in it.
No, it don't matter. I'm watching it.
Right.
Let me say this to you too.
It's the difference watching the NBA game and then actually playing an NBA game.
Hold on. Let Jeremy talk.
Yeah, rumble up because he said I didn't participate in something. I want him to understand something. being married for 22
He
years
got a
don't
point.
make mistakes. Don't mean that you didn't have ups and downs in relationships.
It's not about ups and downs, because it wasn't what she talked. That's what she said. What you experienced 22 years ago in dating and finding your wife, and how now y'all been
wholeheartedly.
Hold on, let him finish, bro.
You understood it, but how y'all went about doing things. Yeah, y'all had y'all parties and stuff like that, but what y'all didn't have was your phone in front of you, where everything is making it seem like everything is so beautiful on the other side. Y'all didn't have it consistently through down your throat. Y'all did not have consistently.
She did.
Well, wait.
Hold on, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it.
While you made some good points, it doesn't negate her point that you don't.
I get it.
Hold on, bro. You gotta let other people speak.
Let me mute up.
Cutting people off. Go ahead, Sean.
While you made some good points and they're valid, it doesn't negate her point that it's different. And
Totally.
I am your age, if not older, so I can relate. And it is different. Yeah, you was in the crack era, but we definitely we didn't have ecstasy. And that's a whole nother element that's not in there. We didn't have social media. That's a whole nother element that's in there. There's a lot of things that have been added that we did not have to deal with. And although we had things that we dealt with, we can't sit here and compare like it is the same exact thing, because it's not.
And y'all had I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
So the point is that although all the points you made are valid, I can't dispute them, but it doesn't negate that we are not in the same time. Social media is a major additive that we did not have. Yes, we had the same prowess, we had the same mentality, but we didn't have the same condition.
All right, go ahead.
I need you to explain that last part to me, though. We didn't have the same condition.
Well, let me explain.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay, just like you said, Freaknik, right? I was in Freaknik traffic, right? Freaknik is totally different than now. The reason why we were out there, the reason why we were really out there, because we don't get to see ass, we don't get to see twerking on TV or on our phones. If there was a Freaknik now, nobody would be out there because we could see it on our phones. We didn't even have phones. We barely had phones back then. So we out there in Freaknik traffic, and every time we see a girl twerking, we like, oh my God, because guess what? It wasn't readily available to us. For us to see the corn, CORN, we had to go to the little nasty store and go get a VCR tape and shit. And then guess what? How we gonna play this shit? Because we ain't got number one VCR in the house. So we gotta wait till mama go to sleep. So we sneaking to watch the corn tapes. Now you can pull it out on your damn phone. So now mentally we fucked up where we see titties and ass whenever we want to. On Instagram right now, if I go to my explore page, I'ma see number cats, inspirational videos, and ass. And I don't know where the ass came from because I ain't looking for it, but it be showing up on my damn shit. But I'm finna look at it while it's there. But the bottom line is, when I was young, I couldn't see ass on my phone. I couldn't see no, I had to go out and get the ass. I had to go out, pull out my phone. I had to pull out my pen and my paper and try to talk to a girl or ride through the hood and try to catch me a little hood rat to see some ass, or wait one time a year for Freaknik to come. You can see all of that right now on your phone. So it desensitized us. And then what it did to women, it made women feel like no matter how they look, they weren't enough. So you got all these goofy ass women running around getting BBLs, looking like idiots and doing all this dumb shit, trying to look prettier than the next woman. Women weren't doing all that stupid shit back then. So the women were smarter, better, more self-aware, and they loved themselves more. And the men were tougher, more masculine, and they were they were outside playing or either outside at the mall. We was out, even selling drugs was a bad thing, but at least we outside learning how to make some goddamn money. We cutting grass and shit. Niggas ain't cutting grass no more. These little pussy ass little boys, they ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
But I think
No, that's true. Can I add?
but I think we mixing two different things.
Hold on. Let Helen go. Go ahead, Helen.
Okay.
I just want to add to that. I think that I get both parts, but I think the missing part right now in our generation right now in society nowadays is like there's no value system no more, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, even though we were facing the crack, all of these different things that were coming against us, one thing that we had powerfully was still the family dynamic. So it was like, no matter what, people still aspire to have their husband or their wife or like to build like a family. Like that was still rooted in a lot of us. And I feel like nowadays, that's why, the manipulation on our people has turned to the war against man and woman, because it's taken away the whole concept of the family unity. And that's why nowadays it's different than how it was, back then, because even though y'all definitely probably still had all the cheating, all the crazy stuff, but the value system was so different. So even though a woman might have got cheated on, you didn't have all of these podcasts or all of these things that are working to make her think like, oh, leave that man. Boom. You're not supposed to work that out. You're not supposed to fight for your family. You're not supposed to, all these, like the things that have been pushed on us are so like, people think that there's no work to be done to make a relationship really work. And that's why there's no relationships out here working, because.
Hold on. Let me say something real quick. And speaking of crack, because I sold crack, I'm now able to sell y'all card game. All right. Because when I was young, I learned how to negotiate. I learned profit margin. I learned how to this was almost like a bag of crack. It was just this bag of crack about it. So now I went from selling crack, not smoking crack.
You were supposed to let
selling
my
card
point
games.
just stand.
Huh? What'd you say? What, Helen?
Bit.
Oh,
I
my
said
fault.
you were supposed to let my point resonate a little bit. Let it resonate with the people a little bit. That the value.
You're right. Sorry.
Poop on his own. He poops into.
Oops, wrong one.
Because the goal here is
Wait, I'm trying to let your words
not
resonate.
continue to just be like.
Oh my God. Can you wait for a second?
Okay, go ahead.
Trying to give you your flowers. Okay, go ahead. Trying to give you your flowers, Helen.
Hey, can I respond to? I'm gonna say this, right? I think it's two different arguments, right? I think the point that's being missed is you can go to the 80s, right? And those of us that was around in the 80s, you seen like Big Mama was still alive. You seen more of a family structure. We had barbecues, Sundays. The family is over at the house. Big Mama died. Crack hit the streets hard. When you go into the 90s, right? And this is what I'm speaking to. The 90s was the beginning of what you start to see now. They start the deterioration. The 90s going in through the 2000s up into what you see today. Mass incarceration, brothers getting locked up all across the country. I was one of them. All bodies and all kinds of stuff. Kids not having their dads in the homes. All of that kind of stuff that social media wasn't there yet, but you had all of this stuff going on. You start having the music that they started to make for independent women. It started back then, leading up to what you see now, and it deteriorated over time because it got worse and worse and worse. A lot of those dads of my generation went to jail for 20, 25 years. They wasn't home to raise those kids, right? So you had that generation right after me, and then the other generation, they raised these kids. So it was a deterioration from the 90s up until now when you see it. So that's what I'm speaking to, where I watched this generation come in. I seen it happen all the way from back when I was a teenager. Because in my time, we wasn't doing the same thing that my oldest brother and them was doing. We was running wild. And like I said, it is a difference when you have social media, because the difference is I can sit right here and talk to somebody from California and see what's going on in their culture from right here. When that movie Boys in the Hood came out back in the day, we didn't even know that they was gang banging like that on the West Coast because it was a different world. It was a closed fist. Now it's an open hand. You could be everywhere at the same time. So I get it. But in our cities, and those of us that did travel and party and was getting money during that time, you still did a lot of wild stuff, and it just evolved. It got worse and worse over time. So that's what I'm speaking to. When I hear the young brother talk, Jeremy, on today, I saw all this become, because I was a part of helping this shit get messed up the way it is.
But hold on, I want to go to I want to go to you, Jeremy. But you can't dismiss their experiences and say your experience is one way versus them. So go ahead, Jeremy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah,
I never said that though, Mr.
Hold on. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Nah, but I mean, I'm not like refuting any of that. But like when the lady was on, when she said, "Y'all are not at y'all." Back when you were dating, when you met your wife, what y'all experienced then is not what we are experiencing now. Now I don't know. I didn't date back then, so you tell me what women talking about $500 first dates back then.
Man, they was talking about MCM, all kinds of stuff. You ain't had no money, you wasn't getting no.
No, they weren't.
No,
they was not.
Let's stop it, man. They was not doing that back then.
Not to that
weren't, no, stop it. They weren't.
I'm to get off this shit.
I will say this.
Hold on, let me answer. Hold on, Jeremy. Let me answer.
Hold on.
You always
Helen.
gotta spend a little something.
Yeah, let me answer it this way though. Let me answer for you.
Wait. Let me tell y'all something. You ain't had to spend shit. All you had to do is spend money on yourself. If you fresh,
that is true.
You got a nice ass car. Hold on, bro. Like,
no, because I was trying to make my point, and then y'all just threw me off.
Can I finish?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All you needed was to be fresh, have a nice pair of Jordans, some Air Force Ones. If you had a nice ass car, if you had some rims, if you had some speakers in the back, you ain't got to spend shit. You got to spend it on yourself. And that's how I learned to this day. I spend money on myself and grow myself, and women want to be with me because of what I did for myself. I don't do shit for the typical woman. And any woman will tell you, I ain't buying her goddamn thing.
Well, will you say this?
Can I finish? Women enjoy being around me because of what I got. I'm in this big ass house. I have a great life, and they enjoy me. Now, do they want some stuff? Yeah, but they ain't gonna get it. And if they want it, they go somewhere else. Kiss my ass. I ain't buying them shit. So I just want to say that.
Let me say something. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
I'm 35 years old. I'm not 50 something, and you talking about what y'all experienced back then. When I was out here really dating and really messing around with women in my 18 years, my teenage years, in my early 20s, women wasn't talking about no $500 dates. They weren't talking about spending this on the first date. They weren't saying cash at me. So I understand you. What you saying is, which is frustrating. Oh, we had that too, bro. I was 10, 20, 15 years ago. They weren't talking like that.
Let them finish, bro.
15 years ago, this thing they're demanding now is not what they were demanding back then. And what they're talking about now, oh, cash at me, you want my attention. You gotta do this. We was able to talk on the phone back then. Now you gotta get a number and immediately take on a date. Ain't no phone conversation. Ain't even no text back and forth. You gotta go right to a date. Like, bro, things are different. I say you haven't participated in it. You may have seen it from.
But that's not my argument, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know that's not your argument. This whole conversation stemmed from when she said, "Hey, things are different than how it was back when you were doing it," and you said not necessarily. Which why the other gentleman that's around your age said.
I said I was a part of this generation being birthed because it started.
You were married in that part of the generation.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Not listening. I didn't say that.
You've been married for 20 years, bro.
Listen to. I said. What did I say? I said
40 years ago.
No, I said I was speaking about something in the 90s, bro. Listen to what I said.
We said things are different now, and you said they are not. And now you're saying I was in this generation. You are married in this generation. That is different.
But that's not what was being said when we first
Everybody up here is saying the same thing except for you, bro.
Because
I need you to be a little bit more self-aware. I need you to be a little more self-aware of what words are coming out of your mouth.
We let you talk for
I'm well aware, but no, because when I talk, then you say something I didn't say. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna mute up.
It doesn't matter. Okay, look, hold on. I gotta stop you again. This is what's happening. Is what you say and what we hear. Just like can I finish? Just like the women or children thing, right?
Right.
I said something and everybody was like, nah, right? And we had a whole discussion about it. And then Jeremy was like, you didn't say that. Well, guess what, Jeremy? This is called content. I made content out of that whole conversation. So I said it the way I said it in order for somebody to argue about it. That's what Helen said. Helen said, you just be trying to say stuff. Yes, I be trying to say stuff because that's what content is about. But the thing about it is I knew what I was doing and I accepted what Jeremy said. I accepted what Chevy said. I accepted what Helen said. You are not accepting our interpretation of what you said. I'm almost done. We need or would like for you to accept our interpretation of what you said, like I accepted y'all's interpretation of what I said.
It was not an interpretation. That's exactly what he said.
I accept what Jeremy's saying. I have a son his age. I accept what he's saying. Only thing I said was, and when I spoke, you went and said something totally different about what I said. Only thing I said was
fine. What's wrong with that?
No, let me say what I'm saying so that way he can get Jeremy can have an understanding from what I'm trying to tell him. I understand what Jeremy's saying. I agree with him. I see what they say online. I'm online every day, right? What I'm saying is, what I said was, I came from that generation coming out of the 80s into the 90s where we gave birth to what we see now because we was the ones starting the degenerate crap. We was the ones starting all this kind of stuff that they complain about now. So I understand what he was saying. I was saying at my age in the 90s, when we start making babies, we wasn't taken care of, going to jail. It was different lanes, right? So you start having those women that was messing with the high class dudes. You had dudes like you said that all you had to do was have money and women. So it was different lanes. Today there's no more lanes. Everybody's just doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I was joking.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
I had bitches.
No, I mean, sir, I heard exactly what you said.
That was the only thing I was saying.
I know that, but you said that in response to what Chevy, in response to what she said. She said things are different than when you were out here dating because you've been married for so long. And you regurgitated what you just said now, and that had nothing to do with what she was saying, which is why the other guy got on here, Sean, he got on here and said, well, it's different. We get what you saying, Freaknik and all that, and that's why Let Go went on his tangent of just, we ain't have fun.
I agree with you.
Right. So that's my only thing. I'm not disagreeing with what you said, but you said that in response to what she said, like it was somehow the same, and it's not the same.
No, I wasn't saying in that context. If y'all took it that way, I wasn't. I was only saying that I
watched. Wait. It's okay. We gotta move on. We can't keep. Go ahead, Sean. Sean, please, Sean. We can't. I'm getting tired. Like shit. Sean, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, in fairness, you're saying that you did say it that way. It's not how
John, we gotta move on.
He definitely said it that way.
Go ahead. God damn it. Stop. I just said, who cares? Can we move on?
Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
Right.
I'm gonna come with the feminine energy as the mother and tell everybody that we are gonna move on from this topic.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Get us right.
Yes. Okay. So now, what other topics would you like to discuss, Aaron, Mr. Let Go?
Thank you, Helen, because they go, oh, sir, this, oh, sir. Who gives a fuck? Shut up.
It's okay. Right. You still going, son.
Okay. All right. So here we go.
He's acting like a child.
Okay,
have you gone on
you see?
Shut up. Listen.
Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date? Have you hung out?
Kind of.
Oh.
We had a conversation about me just flying out. And when I was actually in the process of booking a flight to go see Shayna, she said no.
But it was Jeremiah's lack of communication.
See, this is my type of woman right here. She ain't finna be beating on me or none of the other stuff.
I barely heard from Jeremiah after the show. You know, I would much rather you have gotten to know me first, you know, through call, through text, you know, than for you just to fly to Florida. When you said, hey, I want to come see you, I was like, come see me for what? This man has not showed interest for the past few weeks. And now all of a sudden he wants to hop on a plane and come to Florida. So that.
See, this is dudes today, these modern dudes, they don't know how to talk on a fucking phone. There's a phone, there's a little thing on your phone where you can actually talk on it. These damn modern men, they don't realize that phones are for talking and not let me fly you out, let me go see you.
That's why I said no.
So what do y'all think about that? Was she right, wrong? What are y'all thoughts?
He was absolutely right. 100,050 million% right.
These goofy ass niggas, all they want to do is, oh, let me come see you. No,
I'm not gonna say that she's wrong. She's right to feel how she feel, but that could have been articulated way before then versus her just he getting to the point of trying to fly out, and then she like, for what? Like, if you feel some type of way, which clearly she feels some type of way, and that's why I try to tell people feel like they don't have to say anything because I guess you don't mean that much to me, and that's the reason why a lot of folks get in these marriages and they don't know how to do nothing because they haven't practiced effectively communicating. Right. She could have told him, hey, you know, we might can slow down on it flying out or coming out or whatever the case it is. I would rather us talk on the phone. What she said just right now, why didn't she say weeks and weeks before that? That'd be my thing. But I'm not saying she's wrong.
I agree with Jeremy 100%. I think it's all for TV show though. So
I just want to give some pushback to Jeremy.
Pushback.
I teach women to don't say nothing. Sit back and observe the man. Let the man make the moves. Let the man run the direction of the relationship to see what type of person he is. So, because as a woman, remember we talk about mothering a man and fathering a woman. Sometimes women get in their mother bag too early and they start saying, well, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Instead of just sitting back, seeing how he operates, because you don't want to make a man do something that you want him to do. You need to see who he is and how he operates, because too many women give them exactly what she wants a man to do, and he literally just starts doing it just to get her, and that's not who he is. You got to sit back and just see how he operates on his own, and if he's not the type of man that's operating the type of way, you let him go. So no, I don't agree with that. But go ahead.
Terrible advice. Horrific advice. Do not listen to that, ladies.
Let me push back a little, because what you're saying, Aaron, I agree with. But Jeremy's point, it doesn't negate Jeremy's point. You still, and sitting back, need to communicate when asked or when necessary. So yes, to the point that you're saying, yeah, you need to sit. Women need to be a little bit more discerning and paying attention, as opposed to, as I call it, giving the ways to your cookies. WACE. So I see your point as far as you don't got to give them the ways to your cookie, because when you like a man, you give him the ways to your cookie. And guess what? When he mess up, you redirect him, recalculate, and you give him the ways right back. So I hear your point, Mr. Lecco, but to Jeremy's point, what he was saying is that she still could communicate when there are certain things that are bothering her, that are concerning her, that is bothering her, as opposed to waiting down the line. So,
but Sean, I want to say this. Hold on, one thing, Sean. Just keep this one thing though. They just met each other on the show. It's not up to her to start telling him what to do this early. So if they start dating, yes, I get it. I want this. I want that. But in the beginning, you just watch them. Go ahead, Helen.
I just want to chime in. Okay, so
terrible advice.
What Jeremy is saying though is like, okay, if we meet on a talk show, wherever we meet, regardless, we're on a dating show, whatever, you get my information. Now at that point, me as the woman, it's not my job I agree with you. It's not my job to tell you how to show up, right?
Right.
But for instance, some people have different love language. Like me personally, of course, I would agree with her. Like if you haven't made no effort to try to get to know me, but now you hitting me up talking about I'm flying in town, I would feel some type of way. But what Jeremy is saying is communicate that. Like, why would you wait until that moment? Like women have to know how to actually say and communicate what it is that they want and expect. What your love language is. Everybody's love language is different. Some women, for instance, my cousin, she be so busy, she don't care about a man texting or calling or doing all that stuff. She'll rather you just come and fly in and pull up and be like, hey, I want to take you on a date. Some women might prefer that look at that as like, oh, that was his way of putting in effort, as opposed to maybe a woman like her who would prefer more action before you try to come to physically meet me. I want to know that you want to know me personally and get to know my spirit, my mind, my brain before you try to fly in. So she would need to communicate that and be like, hey, this is my form of, how I would like to get to know each other. Let's talk. Let's get on the phone. Let's FaceTime. What's your interest before you just come fly in to see me? She got to communicate that. She can't just assume that he's going to know what she likes.
So somebody said they want to see it again. So let me just replay it again and then we can go back to it.
Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date? Have you hung out?
Kind of.
Uh-oh.
We had a conversation about me just flying out. And when I was actually in the process of booking a flight to go see Shayna, she said no.
Y'all are right. I just want to let y'all know that y'all are right.
But it was Jeremiah's lack of communication. I barely heard from Jeremiah after the show. I would much rather you have gotten to know me first, through call, through text, than for you just to fly to Florida. When you said, hey, I want to come see you, I was like, come see me for what? This man has not showed interest for the past few weeks. And now all of a sudden he wants to hop on a plane and come to Florida. So that's why I said no.
So go ahead, y'all. I understand what y'all saying. Go ahead.
Based off of what we was talking about leading up to what you're showing us now with the younger generation, how do they communicate? They communicate different than the way we communicated.
I don't think they communicate at all. They just want to.
That's the point I'm making. Everything is fast and sped up. They do texting. And they don't talk the way we talk, straight into each other's face like that. So we're like, when I was hearing you talk, Mr. Legault, it's like you expecting them to do something from the way we would do it. When I'm looking at my kids, they text each. They don't have conversations with each other. So when I hear, so that's why I guess I'm asking. I would ask somebody like Jeremy, like when I hear her talk about the communication, but then how are they usually talking? Are they on the phone talking? Or are they texting back and forth to each other? When we're dealing with this communication from the younger generation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to touch on before I answer his question. Like what you said, women sit back and say nothing is horrific advice, because that's only going to try to see if he is meant for her, but it doesn't let her know that she's meant for him, because she doesn't know if she fits him. She's just sitting back waiting on him to check all the boxes, and then he checked out my boxes, and guess what? When they get together, he don't like her like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff he don't like.
Calling her to find out anything.
Hold on, wait. I'm not talking about that. I said let me address what you just said about women say nothing. I'm addressing that. Sit back, and you said sit back. You said you teach women that they say nothing and sit back and observe what he's saying, and that's cool. But they're only gonna let her know if he's right for her, but it doesn't let her know if she's right for him. Communication goes both ways, which is why if she had an issue with how they was communicating, that he wasn't communicating, she just could have articulated that. And from his standpoint, he could be like, well, most women don't like that. Some might just want to just go on the first date. So I was gonna fly out and go and take her on a date. I wasn't gonna stay at the hotel. I wasn't gonna stay with her. I just gonna, because I thought that's why you communicate that. And that's all I'm saying. Don't sit back and be like, oh, I'm gonna assume, well, he should know that we could all be talking on the phone. No, she could just say, hey, I would prefer if me and you discuss or have conversations on the phone so I can get more comfortable with you before you just come out spending your money out here. Okay, I'm pretty sure he would have been like, cool. My whole thing is the problem with relationships.
before you get to the next thing, because I kind of understand what you're saying. So I just want to add clarity. So I'm not arguing with that point. I see what you're saying. I said it wrong, or it was taken wrong. I don't mean don't do nothing. I mean just let the man lead the way. And you can say whatever you want to say or whatever, but don't get in your mother bag. Don't start telling him what he needs to be doing. Is all I'm saying.
It's not in the dating situation. It's not the time for that man, for her to be sitting back watching this man to lead. She should be trying to lead her own life at that moment until she understands he can take that responsibility from her. Now she lets him lead once she gets to know him. So in the getting to know each other stage, it's not you just let him take the lead. No, he has to earn you letting him take that lead. So that's still bad advice. I get what you're trying to say, but that's not how you operate. And the reason why I'm saying it's bad advice, because one of the reasons why marriage, he said he took him 10 years within his marriage for him to understand it. Marriage is not a hard thing to do. The problem is people don't listen to people who are married and understand what breaks up marriages. 9 times out of 10 is financial, is bad communication, it's lack of trust. So why would y'all build these skill sets before you get into the marriages? Why won't you build a level of communication and before you get into the marriages? Why won't you build a level of vulnerability before you get into the marriages? What y'all do is don't do it. You teach the wrong things that only is going to get them the relationship, but it's only going to get them heartbreak or divorce. So that's why I'm saying it's still bad information. With however you try to say it, it's still wrong, because she still have to be able to communicate whether he's saying something or not. I'm done talking about it.
Hold on. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to Jeremy. You dropped some bars. You dropped some bars.
I want to ask you, Mr. Letco and Jeremy, something then. Based off of what y'all saying, when you use the term her mothering him, I'm just asking, I'm not saying you said this. Are you saying that if she would have jumped out the gate talking like that, he may have took it as her trying to mother him or being too aggressive, like out the gate? Let him take control first. That's what you're saying?
So let's do this. Helen.
Yes.
Okay, so I meet you on the show, right? We on the show. I meet you, right? And the first week, I just text you like, "Hey, we had fun, da 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 da," right? And that's about it. Do you think it's up to you to call me or to text me something and say, "Hey, I would like for you to call me"? Yes or no? What?
No, I don't think it's my. Now there's compromise, I believe, but I don't think it's my position or a woman's position to fully initiate or carry on depth in the conversation. If a man is texting me and it's very shallow or like very
No, we text her like a mug, but
if the text is like just always like, "Oh, what are you doing?" or "Hey," like it's very like basic texts.
No, you want me, you're a phone person and you want me to call you, but for the first week, week 1, we just doing a lot of texting. Would you tell me to do something different, or would you allow me to see how I operate going into week 2 before you just say fuck it? Or whatever?
I think that would depend on, I think it really depends on how much you actually interested in a person. I think if you're interested in a person that, I think if I'm interested in a person, I would definitely by week 1, I would allow that person to kind of like just do them. I'm going to see how they show up on their own. Yeah. By week 2, if I don't see any difference or any like more initiation or effort being put in, I would probably communicate to that person like, "Hey, like the energy doesn't feel like it's very mutual here, like you trying to get to know me, or like it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere like it just does, it just feels very surface level." So like that wouldn't go like, I'd be like, "Hey, this isn't gonna work for me. I would need more depth for our conversations to continue. Otherwise you don't need
to." Wait, so you wouldn't tell him to do something? Because Jeremy said you're supposed to tell the man what you.
I mean, not in the first week. By the second week, if I didn't see any depth or it was still surface level, but I was interested in that person, then yes, I believe that would come back to me for me to communicate that, hey, the way you're showing up is not good enough, or it's not reciprocating for me. So yeah, this is what I would need, XYZ, for us to keep continuing to conversate.
So let me explain. So hold on. So let me explain this. What would be going on from an observation standpoint is the guy is a texter and not a caller. And if you are a caller and not a texter, I'm a caller. Like Jeremy texted me today. I called his ass.
I don't think that's true though, because I'm a texter and I'm not a. But pause.
I get it.
Whether you're a texter or not,
it's about styles.
Yeah,
So,
it's like you can ask me questions that are more like you're trying to get to know me. It's the depth, the level of the questions, the things that you're texting.
No. I'm saying styles. A texter versus a caller. If you realize this man may be a texter and not a caller, you tell him to call you. Guess what? He don't like calling, so he's going to reluctantly call you instead of texting you because he's going against his actual style of communication, and you most likely are the wrong woman for him. But because you're attractive, he's going to call you. But guess what? Once he gets to ask, he going to be like, yo, this shit is annoying, because by then all the phone time is going to be so annoying because he don't like phone calls. So he's only been doing it because you want him to do it. And next thing you know, you looking dumb because he's going to stop calling you after he gets asked. Go ahead, Sean.
Mr. Letgo gave the prime example, and I'm glad you just gave what you said. I think Helen is your name, because you gave us the exact reason why we tell y'all stop doing that.
Thank you.
You like him, and your liking him is going against what is good for you. Yes. You like him, but he already did something that you don't like, but yet you're gonna
ignore it.
Exactly. You ignore it, and then once you ignore it, you wind up going into suggesting what he should do.
Right.
Now you can't even clearly see what he wants you for, because you gave him again the ways to your cookie. Right. And when he went off route, you redirected him. Redirect is just like Waze, the navigational system. You give him the ways to your cookies, and then you get upset when he gets there and he just eats them and leaves.
So Helen, you just proved that Jeremy is giving bad advice. Go ahead, Jeremy. What's your bad advice?
That's not proving.
I ain't proving. You didn't prove it at all, because you don't have to say anything. When it comes, I mean, by saying anything, you have to make a statement. You could have just simply asked, "Hey, how do you prefer to communicate?"
Exactly, because
it's up to him to say that, though.
No, it's not. It's not up to him. If I have a problem with a chick, hey, how do you prefer to communicate? Or if she has a problem with me, she can say the same thing to me. It's no up to nobody. And I prefer texting. Well, you know what? She can say, you know what, that doesn't work for me. We don't have to talk no more. And she can move just like that. She don't have to say, hey, see, the problem is not that communication is wrong. You got to know how to communicate. You don't tell them exactly what to do. You ask them how they particularly move. Like me, I'm not a caller. I'm a FaceTimer. I don't call. I don't want to be like this. I like to sit my phone down. I'm a FaceTimer. I don't text. I don't call. I ain't FaceTime.
3 different styles then.
Hey, that's how I move. I FaceTime my mama, my sister, everybody, my cousins. I FaceTime. But see, I understand that a lot of women don't want to just FaceTime, especially at the beginning, because they gotta have their face on, their hair gotta be right. So when I asked them, like, how would you prefer to communicate? Are you a tester? You like to call? What? How do you prefer? And so I'm at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Even a phone conversation does not mean she's gonna get a cookie up. He still have to know how to talk.
Can I ask the question? Can I ask the question?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. This for Jeremy. Do you think that a lot of this generation requires, when you hear her talk about communication, she's requiring something from him that they actually don't practice?
For sure.
Those type of lines of communication, the way she wanted now, but that's something that's not practiced with the technology and the way that y'all move.
For sure. Which is why I'm not a person who sit back and don't say nothing. I would tell you how to say it. That's my whole thing. I'm not a person. Even with communication, I tell folks all the time. Like when I wrote my book, Understanding is Key. It's about understanding each other. Communication goes nowhere if you're not trying to get to the core of understanding what's going on between her, you, or the situation. If y'all just communication does absolutely nothing if y'all not getting to understanding. So with all that being said, I ask more questions than I make statements. So when people say certain things, what do you mean by that? Unless you say a whole bunch of stuff, like, oh yeah, now you tripping. Because now instead of me asking, you already laid out what you meant, and I disagree with it. Which is why when Mr. Let Go said what he said, you tripping.
Well, Jeremy, you make a valid point. The point is that y'all saying the same thing. Y'all just using different methods of achieving it.
My way is a little bit more righter than his, but go ahead.
but telling the woman not to say anything is horrific because I'm let y'all have it. What men run into most often than not are women who sitting back trying to see if he's the right guy. But a lot of men don't sit back and see if she's the right woman because you're not asking for the same thing in return that she's asking of you. Me as a man, the man I used to be, I wouldn't be talking like I'm talking. But I need a woman who's completely honest because I'm completely honest, which is why I tell if you finna go, if I get a woman number today, I expect she's sleeping with somebody. She can tell me. I don't care because I'm sleeping with somebody. But that's the type of honesty I'm on. And the reason why I say that, because if we ever start off with complete honesty, we don't have to worry about if this person is lying. Can I trust this person? Because they said things that most people would never say. But we've operated for so long in a way that does not work in today's age. You can lie about a lot of different things. Nowadays, you can't lie like you used to. So I'm gonna let y'all have it, bro, because we talking in circles, and apparently I'm tripping.
I agree with that.
Hold on, everybody, take 1 second.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
See, if y'all asses bought my Deeper Discussion card game, y'all wouldn't have all these problems. It's 80 cards in this card game, and this card game helps men and women vet the opposite sex. So if you are having issues with a person that you ain't even met yet, y'all don't met online or whatever, just on the phone, listen to what he ain't said it. On the phone, say, hey, I got this fun dating card game. You want to play it with me? Oh yeah, how do we play? Oh, well, I'll just ask you a question and we'll just go from there. And they're gonna be like, okay, cool. And on the phone, you can vet the man or vet the woman before you start spending money on a flight or spending your ass on a penis. So buy my Deeper Discussions card game so you won't end up in these goofy ass situations. On the phone. Go ahead, y'all.
Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
Well, let me say this: a lot of men deal with women that can't communicate because we tell women not to communicate. Women, when he asked, street media just said about people communicating in different ways. It's because as men, we're not asking for the same thing women asking from us. We're not asking of women, and that is a problem. What you want to say is, oh, we men and all that, bro. Women have to, they're not gonna learn how to communicate. I'll give you an example. Even if we texting or talking on the phone, if I say, hey, baby, I ain't say, baby, hey, how your day been? And she say, it's fine. My response is gonna be, well, my day was okay as well. I just left the gym, heading back to the crib. Like, women don't know how to communicate like that too, and the reason why, because we're not telling them how to communicate.
But
that's why I said telling her say nothing doesn't serve her, because she still have to learn as well.
No,
Jeremy, you made a valid point. That you made a valid point, but you also said we have to understand each other. And what you're not understanding is that Mr. Lecko already said to that point that you were correct.
Right? No, I didn't say. I ain't hear him say that.
No, but I'm saying you're still talking about it, and so
because y'all didn't have anything to say.
So let me finish. It leads us to believe.
We can go to the next topic that has something to do with this, but goes a little farther.
Cool.
I'm very good at curating topics that run right and congruent with each other. If y'all want to, it's the same topic. But
I mean, we
good?
can change topics. We can change topics.
It's the same topic.
I only spoke on what I repeated myself because you asked somebody to want to say something. They said they ain't. So I said, okay, let me finish the point that I was making before he played his commercial. But go ahead.
We all agree that. Will we all agree, especially us older ones? Will we all agree that women are way more vocal today than what they was in the past?
Don't start. Don't answer the question. He's trying to set you up to talk about the past.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I swear I'm not. I'm just based off of what
past head ass.
When you look at the women today on social media and how they express themselves today, and then when you were saying, Mr. Lecko, like when you first started, you were saying like let the man take charge and do this. For me, I see women today being more vocal about things than what they was in the past.
They're way more vocal.
Yeah,
which I don't understand why men have a difficult time, because you have women that you don't know, haven't spoke to, and she's online telling you her whole business. She's telling you everything. She's telling you how to get her, what she like, what she don't like, and these dudes still can't get her.
You know why? You know why? Because with women being that, a lot of men can mistake that for aggressive, being too aggressive. A lot of men don't know how to talk to women.
Right, a man who don't know about women. He just complained about it.
That's a good segue. Let's move. This is a good segue. I like this.
Those 30, 60 days. Those trials, those 30, 60 days, it just seems like we don't make it past the 60 days. It's like as soon as they start charging, it's like it's time to go. As soon as they start charging, it's like it's time to go. I don't know. I haven't been able to make it past that 60-day trial.
Ever? I want to rewind though, because you have this stance.
Ever?
Rebel, we done moved on from the Diddy stuff, and we got Diddy'd out. So we've been on here for a while, so we ain't talking about Diddy no more. I'll get back on Diddy tomorrow.
Last couple years.
Okay. Well, what happened in your dating experience to where you're now like, there has to be something that happened drastically that changed your mind?
It's a lot of pressure on Black men. And specifically dating Black women. When I moved to Atlanta, women here are very entitled.
When you say entitled, though, what does entitled mean?
Say financially entitled. I feel extreme pressure. And I get hit on by white women. I get hit on by all kinds of women. But when I get hit on by Black women, I immediately feel this entitlement of, I got to pay for something.
Wow.
I got to pay your rent, help you with your car note immediately within 2 weeks.
What are y'all thoughts?
Because they look at him like he a sucker. That's why.
He's a cornball. Exactly.
That's why. Nigga, like, it's not Black women. No, they look at you like you a plug, like you easy.
Well,
it had nothing to do with Black women.
It had nothing to do with Black women, because a lot of
hold on. Can you let Jeremy finish?
Yeah, but I'm gonna touch
him. Oh no, you go ahead, brother. You go ahead, brother.
Okay. It does have a lot to do with Black women, because a lot of Black women are superficial, and we call it hypergamy. And we need to really identify what it is that's superficial. And it's not all Black women, but a lot of Black women and men are superficial. And
what does that mean? Pay my rent. That's superficial? That's what?
If that's all they're asking for, absolutely.
Okay. They only talk like that to dudes that think they can get it from.
Sean.
That is, I've never had a woman come at me like that, bro. And I've had a lot of women. They only come at the dudes they think they can get it out of. They're not attracted to them like
my point of what I was arguing earlier. It's different lanes.
But
It's
but
different
So
lanes.
hold on,
don't
Sean.
say it's not a lot of it's a lot of gold digging white women as well. It's a lot of gold. It's not
It
a
is
black
more
woman
gold
thing.
digging white women.
It's superficial. It is superficial in almost every ethnicity.
Every
So don't make it seem like
ethnicity.
it's a black woman thing. No,
It's a
if
you
you look
thing.
like a plug, if you look like you easy, you're not that guy that typically gets women. He said 60-day rule. I can't make it through the 60 days of what? What are you talking about?
Fact.
That's they don't rock with you, fam. That's the only thing. If the women don't rock with you like that, that's what you get. I've never had a woman tell me, "Oh, cash out me before we get to talk." You gotta spend it, man. The last thing, nigga, block. I don't get no. What you talking about? I feel a lot of pressure because that's all you get. They look at you like.
Something?
Go ahead.
Mr. Go. We take it back to something you said 20 minutes ago, and it correlates with this. You said when we talking about back in the day, all you had to do was have a nice car, basically have your shit together. You had your shit together to a point when you walked up, your presence spoke for itself. They understood how to get in line when they saw
she ain't asked me for no money.
Right.
She was
Nothing,
happy
but
to
this is
be
what I'm trying
in
to
my
say.
car.
And this is what I was trying to say. You have different lanes. That still applies today. When you level up as a man and you walk into a room and a woman can see your presence, they already know who's a quick grip and who ain't. They already know. Women use certain things, the powers that they have to read the room and read a man. So when you walk in and you already know who you are and you got yourself together, she gonna approach you different, man. When she see you as a quick lick, then she gonna use you that way. And today's time, like I said, all I was saying was when I was using back in the day, during the lane I was in, you had those type of high post, high class women. Nowadays, it's just the norm. Like this is just what we do. But that ain't for everybody. I walk in the room, I don't get all that.
I don't get it either. And
I mean,
have
none of that shit.
I hear what you're saying, and I don't get it, but you just finished speaking about presence. The presence that you are showing when you walk in a room is whether you got money or not. You said it's your shit together. And that's what they're looking at. And when you're looking, when you come in and you're buying drinks, and when you come in and you have a certain MCM on, or you have a certain type of jewelry on, they already are understanding.
Sean, no, that's not it.
I'm not buying no more drinks.
So
I ain't buying. I don't buy. Let me hold on. I just want to say this. No, I can come in with all kinds of shit on. Woman ain't gonna ask me for a goddamn thing because she's gonna see my demeanor. Women read the room better than men do. They see a man and they read his demeanor, how he stands, how he walks, where his eyes go when he's talking to you, tone of voice, all that shit, everything. Like Jeremy been around me, I've been around Jeremy. Women know who to look at as a duck and who to look at as actual. Oh, I ain't gonna fuck with him. Helen been around me. Helen, where you at? What you doing?
I'm not disputing.
It's been like that since the beginning of time, Mr. Let Go. That's one thing that never changed. It's always been like that, though.
Right. I'm not disputing what you're saying, but I'm disagreeing with the fact that they read better than men. Because guess what? The same way that women read it, so do men. And we don't only read women, we read men. I can see a lame man. I can see a lame man. I can see a lame man.
We're talking about women, though.
Did you listen to what I said?
We're talking about women.
Did you listen to what I said?
Go ahead.
I said that women do read the room. What I disagreed with you about is that they read the room better than men.
That's not the point. Who cares? See, this is how we can keep getting these circle arguments. I don't care. What do you think about women? I don't care about what men are doing. Go ahead.
What do I think about women? I think that women sometimes, as much as you give them the credit of reading the room, they're very gullible and don't read body language as well as you're saying.
Okay, so how do you disagree about the men with the money?
You just said you didn't want to talk about men because I see men who got money who are lame. I see people who
Sean.
Yes.
The guy said women be wanting him to pay her rent. Hold on. I know y'all don't want me to play it again, but I need to play it again because I want to hear it again. Where the hell is shit at? Because I want to hear what he just said in the beginning. Because I gotta make sure we don't get sucked into these circle ass arguments.
Those trials, those 30, 60 days, it just seems like we don't make it past this.
So that's the first thing. These trials, these 30, 60 days.
60 days. It's like, as soon as they start charging, it's like it's time to go. As soon as they start charging, it's like it's time to go.
So this dude is a cornball. He's waiting 30 to 60 days to smash, and then the damn woman starts charging.
I don't know. I haven't been able to make it past that 60-day trial.
He's a cornball. Y'all see that, right?
Ever? I want to rewind though, because you have this stance.
I said ever?
In the last couple of years.
Okay.
And he says the last couple years, he's been a duck. He's been a duck all his life.
What happened in your dating experience to where you're now like, there has to be something that happened drastically that changed your mind?
It's a lot of pressure on black men.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a lot of pressure on black men in order to make him be the victim of black women. Right. Right. He's a victim of women.
Specifically dating black women. When I moved to Atlanta,
the nigga's beard is drawn on. I don't know if y'all understand. This nigga's beard, the shit is drawn on. This nigga's a cornball.
Women here are very entitled.
When you say entitled, though, what does entitled mean?
Say financially entitled. I feel extreme pressure. And I get hit on by white women. I get hit on by all kinds of women. But
nigga, you don't get hit on by no fucking body.
When I get hit on by black women, I immediately feel this entitlement of I gotta pay for something.
So now we got better understanding. Go ahead.
Let me say this. See, the thing is, I've learned in all my years. My father told me something when I was like 17, man. He said, very rarely listen to what a woman say. Watch what she do. Don't listen to things that come out of her mouth. Watch her actions, because she tend to change from second to second. When he walk in the room and he start talking the way he talking, and listen to the questions that they're answering. They asking him based off his vulnerability. When he was a man that commanded respect and authority, their conversation would be totally different. They'd been all smiles, especially when they're attracted to you. He's not exuding confidence. And when he does that, the women, man, they see weakness, man. He shouldn't be talking like that, period. If he was a man that was confident, had his shit together, and he knew who he was, he wouldn't be on there talking like that, because it wouldn't really matter. Because one thing that will never change, no matter how much technology that you get, one thing that will never change, when you are a confident man with your shit together, women read the credits. They know who the producers are. They won't stand up for you, man. That's it. When you got your shit together. And as a man, when you know what you're willing to not tolerate and not go for, because you got high standards for yourself, I don't care what technology when you actually have high standards for yourself, when the bar is no longer this low, the bar is up here now, and you start talking that way, women automatically start preparing themselves to get on on board with you. If not, you just scurry them away. That's all.
Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me show y'all. This is how a man walks into a room.
Sean got him. She won't get off his chair, man. He boiling over there.
That's how a man walks in a room.
I agree with that saying that man was just walking in the room, and he was mad. He was upset. He was going to address something directly. And you're right. That's how a person with intention walks into a room.
God damn.
he was intentional. He understood his mission.
You do that today. They give you 10 years. You do that today, they put you in jail for 10 years.
Yeah. What's interesting about what y'all saying, the reason why I push back a little is because while you're saying it and you're describing specifically a man with money.
Oh my God! Come on, man.
I think you misinterpreting. Okay. I think you misinterpreting what's being said.
I don't understand. I'm gonna go. Y'all tripping.
I don't think they're saying, oh, he has money, because that's how they look at old boy in the video. If women
look like he got money.
Hold on. I'm saying
I gotta pay your rent. Help.
Listen, a woman do not shoot her shot with a guy. Women rarely shoot their shot with men. He said they come on to him. So if they're coming on to him and then asking him for money, they may think he got money, but you are a lame with money.
Right.
We're not talking about a lame with money. We're talking about your presence, how you move as a man. You got your shit together. Does not mean that you automatically have money. You can be okay, and you carry yourself as a man, and your energy, your masculine energy, which is why I said when let go with listing off all the things, I said also what he's impressed by. All these women in here twerking, but he ain't like all the other dudes looking, trying to get up behind him. He chilling in his own vibe, he in his own world. A lot of women see that, notice that. A lot of women can see a man speak to him and keep going, hey, how you doing? And walk off. The rest of these dudes, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Can I talk? Can I buy you a drink? Can I do this for you? They see all of that. So you taking it so literally as men with money, because you got money don't mean nothing. You still a lame with money, which is why they trying to get you for it. That's all that is. And even when I was a cable guy, I was getting it as a cable. I put up in the work van, and I'm getting it. So I'm with what you said. How I move, how I operate. Period. Women find that more attractive than just a guy with money, which is why he out here and they out here trying to pluck him. They out here trying. He an easy target. So you taking it or push back this guy with money? I mean, we ain't nobody said that. Nobody said.
I'm gonna say this too. Take the money part.
Go ahead.
Take the money part out for a second. Let's just talk as for men. Let's just talk as men. Take all the money out the equation. One thing I learned, and I'm gonna use the street analogy for me and bring it back to what I do now as far as bodybuilding and practicing Muay Thai. Right? When I was in the street hustling, one of my OGs told me. He said, yo, make women third dairy and fourth dairy. And I was like, what do you mean? Because we was young, just chasing coochie, trying to every other day, trying to get that. When I start getting more on my hustle and getting focused on what I needed to do to better myself, I learned myself more. My standards went up more. And I found out that I was attracting women more when I wasn't paying them no mind. When I was just accumulating resources for myself, right? So now I bring that, but listen, watch, no. It was about focusing in on me. Now I'm gonna bring it into now what I do, right? When I'm, just when you focused in on something you want to do, like training, bodybuilding, whatever it is that we do as a man. The problem that we have, and I was arguing with the Manosphere brothers like this for years. We put sex and women up here right next to what our goals are for our personal goals.
Exactly.
When you start getting into what your personal goals is for a man, and you start raising your standards, people can see you. People, remember how y'all told me, we can hear you, right? People can hear you, they can see you. They see you leveling yourself up. And as women want to be a part, women are receivers of what you give them, bro. So the thing is, if you're giving them weak and making them making that coochie a priority over what you need for yourself, then that's what you're going to get from women. Because those same women will mess with you and then go get a coochie and wait to that man that ain't playing with
free. So let me say this.
I agree.
Low Lane said, Mr. Lego, read our comments. No, put it in the super chat and I'll read it. I ain't reading none of y'all comments. Y'all talking to each other. What's up, Magnum? I see you. Y'all want me to read y'all comments? Y'all got to put it in super chat and I will gladly read it. And Jeremy, when me and Jeremy walk in the room, we soak up all the goddamn women like 2 paper towels. God damn it. We ain't spend no money buying no drinks. We ain't doing shit. Next thing you know, all the niggas on the wall looking at us, getting all the attention from the goddamn women.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all a question before it's not a long answer. How do you get the baddest chick in the room?
Ignore her.
So with that being said, the guys who don't go through what he's going through, because women are attracted to the guys who not pressed to talk to him. Which is why I'm only saying this for Sean, because he keep on, because what you explaining, he think, it's getting money. No, he's saying his focus is not women right now. His focus is to network. His focus is to live up in his life. It's not just strictly about money. His focus is different right now. And being that his focus is different, he's not pressed to talk to no woman. He's not pressed to chase no woman. And the fact that he's not doing that attracts more women to them.
So
that is what he's saying.
I understand that. What you're describing is that a person whose focus is appealing and it's attractive. I get that, but it doesn't negate that the fact that money is also attractive and not specific to men.
What the money got to do with this? What the?
Okay.
You right back at money.
Okay, because everything
right back at
other than bodybuilding.
Do you hand money out to women or something like Santa Claus? What does money got to do with anything?
Sean, I think.
No. Let Sean finish. Okay. Go ahead, Sean. I'm just confused.
You said, why do I keep going to money? Because other than bodybuilding, a lot of what's leaning towards to be able to be this specific person, other than your confidence, what gives a lot of men confidence often is their money.
No,
and
Sean, hold on.
I had confidence in high school. I was broke.
I'm not talking to any of y'all. The problem is,
Sean, my dick gives me confidence, not no money. Okay. That's what gives me confidence.
Well, again, like I said,
let me say this.
The problem is, all of us here, we're establishing confidence. So we're really saying, I'm not disagreeing with you.
You're saying something totally different.
I understand what you're trying to say, though, Sean, but let me say this to you. When as men, when we start working to become the best version of ourselves and we start putting ourselves first, a lot of times you notice your wealth will start to go up. See, in our communities, we're not taught. Just think about it, in the communities we come from. What is the expectations of a black boy growing into a man?
Yeah.
How high is the bar set? Like, we get high fives for how much coochie you can get, but not your production. So what I'm saying is, when we start to really zero in on becoming the best version of ourselves, and we start making everything else secondary, you notice your finances, everything starts to elevate. That's what I'm trying to say. What really make you happy is not the money. What gives you confidence is the aspect of knowing oneself and what you can abstain from, and what you get power. Now you in control of what you actually get power to. What he's doing in his conversation is giving power to coochie. Because as a man, he shouldn't even be telling them women, he shouldn't even be saying that, yo, they trying to charge me $500 and all that. Keep that shit to yourself, man, until you level yourself up as a man. So when you walk in the room, your presence speak. That's what we're saying.
I agree wholeheartedly. What I'm saying is that as a older man, what I tell all of my younger men and women is, once you understand your worth and value, no one can take that away. So to your point, I agree with you wholeheartedly. A lot of times in this community that we're talking about, and the reason why I emphasize it, the worth and value is dictated and recognized as the literal technical what you can do for me. So
Sean,
I'm speaking to all of y'all, and y'all already have and understand your worth and value. So it really is not making sense.
I'm just trying to help. This is how, from now on, Sean, for the rest of your life, this is how I want you to walk into a room. That's it. Can you do that for me, Sean?
Aaron, you've never seen me walk in the room.
Just do that. And
the point being is, you never seen me. I already know how to walk in the room. I can give you pointers on how to walk in the room.
Okay, I'm just saying, you ain't got to work.
Oh shit! Now it's a pissing contest.
I know, right?
No, what I'm saying is, I don't do.
Where's the lady? Get in here and get these men together.
Y'all crazy.
Acting like children. Mama,
I understand my worth and value, and understood my worth and value for years and decades at this point. So
nobody asked you about your worth and value, though. I'm confused.
But I'm sharing with you that walking in the room the way you just described it.
I was making a joke, bro. I don't want nobody to walk in the room like that. It's a joke. Like that man was an abuser. Like, I'm joking.
Just so that you know, I understand. I'm laughing with you. I'm just have a straight face. But I'm not taking it seriously. I don't take much seriously.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Letgo. Do you think that in these conversations that we have right on social media, and from your experience now of being on social media, I'm just about the men. Do you think, and black men, because I'm speaking about us, do you think that encountering, talking to different men, that they actually have a problem with actually making sex secondary? Because I hear a lot of these men, when they speak, everything is based around sex and not the actual themselves, leveling themselves up. From your experience, you think that they put sex first over everything?
Yeah, I think it's pathetic, especially Black YouTube. All they want to talk about is women, and I think it's so gay. a bunch of dudes whining about women all day. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad and pathetic. I ain't thinking about no damn woman. You know, I'm out here getting my money, doing what I got to do, touring. You know what I'm saying? And the women come to me because I'm working. So I look at my life like a freight train. You know how those slow moving freight trains come to your city? They be moving slow and shit. Like you ever want to just jump on a train when you was a kid?
Yeah, we used to do that.
We used to do that, right? So that I'm like one of the slow moving freight trains. It makes a woman want to just get on with me and see where I'm going. You know why? Because I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. Women want men who are going somewhere, not standing around with a little polo collar shirt, looking like a cornball. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fresh. I ain't fresh. One of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's the goddamn problem. These dudes just don't know how to just be themselves. You know, women resonate towards a guy that is, he just looks like he's going somewhere, and going somewhere don't have nothing to do with money. He just looks like he's going somewhere. You know, the dude, you just like, yo, who is that? Everybody, dudes, women, everybody like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? If you be that, who is that nigga, you ain't gotta worry about shit. But look, y'all, it's 11 o'clock and I'm about to finish doing what I gotta do. And this was dope. I appreciate you, Helen. You got a police car? What is that? What's
We
that?
ain't let her say none at the end.
You know, the man's world is okay.
Like she in the
they
mall.
being rude to you. I asked you to step in when they was out of control with the pissing contest.
Like she in the mall
I kept trying to tell, get her attention. She over there working, but
I probably put the phone down. I say, you know, I'm gonna let them have it right now.
yeah, I'm hanging out with Helen and them tomorrow. So
yeah, pull up. It's
where we
if you
going?
in Atlanta, pull up to
Where we
the
going?
Zen bar.
Jeremy, yeah. Pull up, Jeremy. Jeremy in Atlanta too.
Oh yeah, pull up. It's my anniversary at the Zen bar tomorrow.
Our baddie's going to be there. That's all we care about, Helen.
You know
How about the dudes? What you asking?
First of all,
yes or no? Are there going to be baddies there? Yes or no?
I'm here. I'm here, so that should say enough.
We go. You know I'm coming, Helen.
I know.
What time we gotta be there?
3 o'clock.
You ain't gotta be here at 3 o'clock. It started at 3 o'clock. Y'all come around come around 5.
Man, wait, in the middle of traffic? God damn.
Well, come at 4. Come at 4.
3:30.
You like Sarah. Don't be the first person here trying to be here. Always start at 3 o'clock. Let me be here at 3:01.
Yeah, you gotta let your face be seen, then you gotta go make your other stops. What would that be?
Yeah, but you're supposed to make your face.
It had to be.
Oh, yo, Mr. Let Go, Jeremy, Helen, Street Media. I thank y'all. I'm feeling a little under weather right now, but I think you never that. But the point being,
you got it there.
Man, I don't got the energy to go back and forth. But the point that I think why we were going back and forth was because I think that all three of us, all four of us, are men of value, and we understand our worth and value, and we approach it from different angles, and that's fine because we each can learn from each other from the different angles. But standing on our ground, I think we're very clear on. We stand in a position of confidence. We stand in a position of being able to learn, and we stand in a position of being able to listen. And I appreciate that about each of y'all. And Helen, thank you for joining us. And I hope that when you shared what you said, never mind you like him. Never mind. If you like him, let that be the last portion. The same thing we just said about women, we're telling you that about men. Don't worry about if you like him, don't let that be a dictator of how you move, because you will get tricked.
Well, I love that. I love that feedback, and I'm receptive to it. But I want to encourage everybody here to also not always just move in the mindset. I feel like in day, like right now, the temperature that we're in, everybody has this mindset of like them thinking that they're right. And I want to encourage us all to get back to a space of communication and open dialogue with men and women to actually understand each other better, because it's a lot of like that's what Jeremy's point was earlier, I think, and what we were both trying to make the point was, is like you have to be able to communicate
Jeremy didn't have a point.
so that we can get back to the level of having actual relationships of, you know, reciprocal energy in each other's role. It's not like one is not better than the other or vice versa. Both are necessary, both are needed. And in order for us to get back to having our strong family foundation, we have to understand each other's love language. So I hear what you're saying, but me personally, if I'm at the age that I'm in, I don't have time to like keep going through a bunch of people trying to wait to find the person that understands my love language. I'm gonna be able to figure it out in the beginning, like off of a few conversations. After a little while, I'm gonna be able to see, okay, boom, we're not compatible. You don't show up how I show up. We're not the same. Like it, to do all that dragging around just to try to see and all that, that's like, it's too much time wasted. Like we need to just communicate off top.
So,
what you looking for, what I'm looking for. Can you give me, this is my love language. Is this your love language? Oh, are we compatible? No, we not. Okay, cool.
So hold on, y'all. So Helen, I like what you said, but it's all bullshit. Do this.
That's the problem with our society right now, is that you guys keep validating the idea that it's bullshit. You're right, it is bullshit because that's what we're all accepting. So when do we change the bullshit?
I'm trying to show you right here. Just watch this. I'm trying to help you.
On his own, he poops in.
This is what you need to be doing.
He doesn't even take a poop on his own. He poops into my hand. He poops into my hand, and I wipe his ass for him. Because a true submissive woman doesn't have a man who wipes his own ass. Okay, I don't know. Why would I do that?
I don't think I want to be that.
I breathe for my man. We have a special breathing machine at night. Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Up to his lungs and my lungs.
Is he incapable?
He doesn't even pee on his own.
We wiping each other's asses then.
Sean, that throwing up, man.
What the hell?
We got Sean going through it over there.
What the hell is going on with that?
Cut the camera off and faint over there, man.
So Helen, I need you to let your man.
I disagree too, also, Helen.
Helen, I need you to.
I get what you're saying, though.
You disagree with me, though,
Jeremy? Can y'all let me talk?
No, I want to know what he disagree with.
I need you to let your man poop in your hand.
Okay, I need you to let your woman to pee in your hand too. I need you when it's time for her. When it's time for her period, I want you to hold her menstrual blood, and I want you to let her serenade you on the forehead with the period blood, like
oh my God,
like Rafiki did to Simba when he was born, to let him know.
You're gonna become a vampire.
Right.
I mean, if I gotta hold my man's shit, you could help me with my period, baby.
Hey,
what
man,
are you talking about?
Hey, teamwork make the dream work.
Period. Like,
let that man poop in your hand. Stop fighting it.
Man.
Let that man poop in your hand.
Y'all crazy.
All right, y'all.
Here we go. Hey,
I'm finna go.
I'll say this to the chat. Listen, you know, we have fun on social media and stuff like that. And a lot of y'all are on social media probably 19 hours a day. Like, you got to still learn how to live in the real world outside. Because on social media, you know, you're giving your energy and time to people. And a lot of these people are frauds and charlatans. Online, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. You taking information from all these different people every day and trying to implement it in your life. And your life is a wreck. Because today, like you said, we got this social media and it's a very, very big influence. You got to go outside, man. Go out in the park and walk, man. Go by yourself, talk to people, interact, like learn how to, you know, get along with people outside of just social media. You know what I mean? Where you can get just more information separate from this stuff. So we got to get back into reality.
Well, they know me in particular, I'm outside. I'll be outside.
Right.
I'll be outside with them. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be outside. Half the time, Jeremy, I'll be like, yo, I'm over here. Jeremy be like, whatever. But I'll be outside. I don't know about Jeremy, but I'll be outside.
And the reason why I said that, though, when I'm online, I see like a lot of the. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna jump off. Right. I see a lot of the gender war stuff that go on online on social media. Right. And
there's a whole bunch of cornballs, bro.
Yeah,
And
no, that's what I'm saying. They go back and forth, but it starts to trickle out to outside, right? Only reason why I'm saying that to the people in the chat,
they don't never go outside. They're cornballs. They don't never go outside. They're cornballs. They just sit on.
I'm saying you're starting to see the younger generation start to pick up and practice this stuff. And the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is when I was growing up, we had our problems, but for the most part, we got along. Girls and guys got along. Like we was on the block playing and just going different places, interacting. We interacted. We had conversations. It wasn't like us at each other's throat all the time. So you got to get off this social media stuff and just go interact with real people and have real conversations, man.
For sure.
So that's just my point to it.
Yeah, I be outside, bro. I can't be around a lot of people because women start fighting over me. They start doing too much.
Oh my God!
I gotta come to the back door. I be doing too much. Man. I gotta chill. I'll be at the crib. I don't want to start no ride.
Hey, let go. Am I lying though? When we were young, when we was teenagers, did we get along with the women in the community for the most part?
Nigga, it's the same thing as now. I get along with women.
What I'm saying,
I'm a short king.
The reason why I asked you that because I know you've been online for a while. I have too, and I always say what you see online is not a reflection of what it was outside.
But look, what we see online is I'm about to get off and go look at some damn TV. So
wrap it up.
Y'all want to keep damn talking. Good night. Bye.
All right, y'all.
Wrap it up.
Buy my card game, damn it.
Peace, y'all.
Can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her. Buy my card game, damn it. I just came up with a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. Virtually all of us have somewhat the same issues with the opposite sex. But what if I told you the opposite sex isn't the reason why you're having all these problems? It may be the same sex. What am I talking about? And I'm talking to the ladies in particular. Your mother. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. See, we can't expect women to just go out in the world and have these great, amazing relationships with men when she didn't have a great relationship with the person that birthed her. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter therapy in a box. It's 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter, because we can't get proper communication being one-sided. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, and then she gets an opportunity to ask certain questions to you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, forgive their father, forgive what happened to them, and most importantly, hear her mother's side of the story that she never divulged to you, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. And I didn't just create this card game for you. I created this card game for all of us. Because when our women are at their best, we all are at our best. All of the resentment, the lack of being heard, but all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay.
Well, Tammy, buy the card game. Tammy, buy the card game. Click the link and buy the card game, and you won't have a problem anymore. Y'all love to be in the chat talking about what y'all problems are. I'm trying to give y'all a solution. Click the link and buy the card game, Helen.
Meet you at.
Thank you, Magnum. I see you. Y'all seen how they was kept trying to talk. Don't know why I want to hear that shit. Go to bed.
6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Games. You're the only one who cared enough to hit the like button. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play deeper discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues. Thank you, Marlene, for the Cash App up front.
This game can be played.
None of y'all cared enough to give me a Cash App except for Marlene.
With either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper discussions, dating edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.